secretly work on comics and probably like dig a ditch in the yard to install another French drain, which is an awful experience.
Oh yeah, that'd be terrible.
Yeah.
I'm considering renting a jackhammer to like do some sidewalks, but I mean, I also want to keep my feet, so I'm a little worried.
Yeah, it's rough.
You know, Mick, for a while I was worried that I would have to add you to the list of artists who I have to chase down and beat to death in order to give them money. And you're still on that list, don't get me wrong. You're like number 3 on there. But here's the deal. It's easier to get a commissioned art from you than it is to get you to give me the art that you do on this show. You remember 3 weeks ago when you were supposed to give me all of the art that you've been working on for this show so I could add it to the art stream?
I think I actually exported it all too. I just never gave it to you.
My God. That's it. I got nothing else to say to you, Mick. Like, there's a minimum level of effort involved here.
No one wants that art anyway.
I mean, I want that art. I want that art so I could throw it up there on that overlay. I mean, that overlay will be going away shortly, but it'll be back eventually.
See, you don't need it now.
It'll be back when you're back, so you know.
It's always good to be prepared, Mick.
You know, I am a fan of Be Prepared.
I'm also a fan of You're Welcome. You're welcome.
You are welcome, Connor.
I'm a fan of Happy Birthday.
I mean, in this case, you're the one.
For the sun and the stars and the skies, you're welcome.
Yeah. I mean, you as DM should be saying that. Hey, thank you, Bearded.
Yeah. Well, you know, Connor, sometimes I take an eel and then I bury its guts. Then it sprouts a tree and then you have coconuts. Okay?
Pretty amazing.
What?
Yeah, no problem.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you. Pretty good.
Wait, what happened? I just
Delicious.
how do
Coconuts
you
are
make
delicious.
Ouch.
My birthday as much as Mick is organized. I mean, you gotta be pretty organized to do French drains.
You would say that, but you don't know about the 4 separate trips I made to Home Depot today because I was like, oh shit, I forgot that thing.
How far are you from Home Depot?
It's about 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm 20 minutes from Home Depot. So,
So
3
shit.
trips in a day is not an option.
We gonna pass it along, or we're just gonna?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm waiting for
yes.
Mick to bat it along here.
I'm waiting for my cue.
No. It's because it's my last week, so I'm
Yeah.
keeping it all for myself. I'm the only one who gets the spotlight tonight, even though it's not my birthday, and like it is Connor's birthday, because Connor has a birthday today on his birthday.
Oh, no.
You gonna come at me with a birthday gift on my birthday?
Shep,
birthday
why
gift?
don't you offer Connor some birthday congratulations?
Congratulations on your birthday, Connor. It was my birthday 3 days ago.
Oh, really?
It really was.
Happy birthday.
I was not told this either.
I was not told this either.
I was.
Congratulations.
Well, I didn't tell anyone until after the
What
fact.
the hell, guys?
Why does no one tell anyone else's birthdays? How the fuck do I make the layer toolbar come back, Connor? I closed the layer toolbar. Where is it?
It's there on the bottom right. I mean, I'm using it. Right now I'm in layer 2.
I mean, yeah, I closed it just on my instance, and now I can't get it. Where did it go?
I'm seeing it on your screen.
I have freehand brushes color input.
You're trying to see the menu? Sorry, folks.
No, like the layer off to the side, like the toolbar for it.
Okay, that's probably under. I'll show you. I'll type it out to you, man, so we can
Okay.
move on. You want to pass it along?
I did. I
It
asked
was already
Sean
passed.
what his birthday is.
So, I'm Rob Shep Art on Twitter. Come find me. Yay. Ricardo, it's your turn.
Yeah, Bearded Jalapeno on Twitch and Instagram and Twitter and probably other things in the future. And it's not my birthday. And let's play D&D.
We don't have anything else we need to cover?
Besides
know.
Connor's birthday?
Besides that, no. I mean, I went to Fanime this weekend. That was pretty fun.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, cool.
That's about it.
All right. Intros are officially done. Just a reminder, in case you skipped intros on YouTube, this is the last D&D episode for a while. Cottontailed will be joining us on the cast next week for Stars Without Numbers revised game. So we'll be doing episode 0 next week. It'll probably be shorter than normal. We'll probably have less drawing than normal because everyone will be supposed to be working on their character sheets and backstories.
I've already got some sketches of
Do
my
both at the same time.
That's fine. As long as it gets done, I don't care.
So far, he's
But if
looking
you
like
don't do your homework, you don't get to make your character sheet, or you don't get to make your character art deserts. Okay?
Right.
If your character isn't canon, I don't care what they look like.
It's true. Well, so far he's looking like an Asian Bowie, so we'll see how that goes.
Jesus.
You mean David Bowie?
Yep, David Bowie.
No, Asian Bowie.
What does that look like?
Well, I mean, that's just the sketch I have. I don't know if it's gonna be final. Right?
If I know anything about how Karna draws, he's gonna have 5 different versions.
Yeah.
I would say, by the way, before we kick this off, Radisaurus was talking at the end of the last Battletech episode. He's like, I don't understand how Connor draws. You know, everybody I know, we draw like an outline, we draw some shapes. Connor just starts by like drawing an eyeball, and several minutes later, he's got a whole character. I can't follow what he's doing, and I'm like, that's me with everybody, man. I don't understand how any of you artists do that shit. I can't draw a straight line. I can't even draw a stick figure with a straight line tool.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Connor's like 5 steps ahead of me when he's drawing.
I don't want to hear this from you, Shep. You're like, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm as good as everybody else. And then you're like, look at this fucking illithid summoning a ball of psionic energy. I look like I literally crawled off of a 1980s Dragon magazine panel. And you're just like, I don't know, guys. I don't think this is a very good drawing. And I'm just like, look at this fucking masterpiece.
Yeah.
It is era specific.
But
It is literally the most AD&D metal ass shit I've seen from this stream.
Thank you. But if you drew more, you would understand why I think these guys are better than I am. But
Sure. No, you don't mean if I drew more. You mean if I had any knowledge about drawing at all. Symmetry or physiology or really any of the words that come with drawing.
Biology.
Oh, yeah. But it's good stuff. Appreciate the words, though, man.
Well, unlike Connor, no, wait. I'm going to drop this joke midway through. I worked it out, and I realized that the ending wasn't as funny as I thought it was. I was almost there, but I decided to back away from that one.
Game
Previously,
So many openings. Oh god, did that synergize well with the joke?
Yes, actually.
Nice.
Don't worry about it.
Now we can.
Previously on this show, the party traveled to the Undergnome city of Blingdenstone at the edge of the Underdark. They found a beacon of light, dimly lit, but still the shining jewel of darkness, barely surviving at the edge of invasion. Already across the city, the scars of the invasion of the Dark Elves of Clan Shadowspinner were still visible. Rick Jacks, leading the party through the city, helped them sell off their remaining wheat stockpile that Cazador promptly, pooped out. Just want to remind you that Cazador decided to eat some poisonous raw wheat.
Pretty good.
I mean, you gotta get those Wheaties in, man.
No, Wheaties and raw wheat are not the same thing. Wheaties are processed wheat.
Ah, Kaz, they're all
Why they're called Wheaties and not wheat.
like baby wheat.
Rick Jacks found himself invited to join the intelligence apparatus of the Deep Gnome Nation, known as the Securitat, and then found his way to his family's estates, which now have lain open in use as an orphanage. Having met with the person who now runs the place, Matron Glafina, he agreed to allow her to stay on and moved into the guest house she had prepared for any visitors, where the party will be staying. We come back with the 4 of you and Matron Glafina sitting down around a furnished dining room table. So the matron kind of smooths out the rather thin, decaying, kind of moth-eaten tablecloth cover and says, you had several questions outside about me, about these estates, about Clan Shadowspinner, the city in general, the Seven Defenders, I will be happy to answer any of those here or at any time that you require. Is there anything specifically you'd like me to talk about first?
What are the whereabouts of Clan Shadowspinner these days?
Clan Shadowspinner, as with most of the Drow, tend to move about throughout the Underdark, which is the area directly below the city that extends into the nothingness. If you want to know more about them, I would suggest you speak with one of the battalions, or perhaps the Securitat, although as your Dwarven, I suspect that the Securitat will not speak with you.
Yeah, I'd say so. Maybe Rick Jacks will talk to them.
So tell me how you got, I'll say, control, for lack of a better word, control of this estate. I mean, how is it that you, a drow, and excuse me for being blunt, but the drow were attacking the city, but how is it that you, a drow, are now a refugee in the city, in this sector specifically? I mean, what's the story there?
That is a complicated question. I don't take any more offense to it than I do on an average day. This is, of course, your home, so I suppose you should know the reason why. It's been a while since I've had to discuss this, since everyone in the city lived through it, but let's see where to begin. I suppose it would be best to simply say that the Clan Shadowspinner do not represent all of the Dark Elves, or Drow as you call them. They are militant, magical, ruthless, but they are not all of us. In fact, they represent a very small portion of us, but that portion is exceedingly powerful. They have gained great dark magics through their union. They are mobile, cruel, and relentless. As for how exactly I came to be here, as I mentioned previously, Drow throughout the city have been gathered up. Those who were left behind during Clan Shadowspinner's invasion, those who were born in the aftermath of it, and those who simply come to the city seeking refuge. They are sent here to prepare them.
Prepare them for what?
Auxiliary battalions. Any dark elf that is willing to live in Blingdenstone must live their life in service to Blingdenstone as part of the vanguard of the forces.
Interesting. So much has changed. Okay. And then you, and he looks around, but like, you're the caretaker of the children. Now, are the children? Are the children all races? I forgot.
No, the children here are only Drow.
Okay.
What is the status of the children and you? Are you...
Several are almost old enough. Maybe, I believe Khalik is about 2 months away from being sent to the battalions. We have some as young as 3. They are educated as best as I can provide it, and the older ones help teach the younger ones. And when we have time, when I have occasion to, we travel into the city and seek tutorage from experts.
So you don't have any issues going to the city? The city's a free space for all?
It is as one might expect for one of my status.
I assume that means more difficult then. Gotta be on your toes.
It would be rude of me to speak unkindly of my hosts.
Okay.
if you find it unsafe or maybe unsavory, why do you stay here?
There is no place left for me in the Underdark.
Is there no home city of the Drow that you can go to?
I chose exile from my clan as a result of the events of Clan Shadowspinner.
What did you find so objectionable that they did in particular?
I would prefer not to answer that.
Okay. In what service did you render Clan Shadowspinner when you served with them?
I never served with Clan Shadowspinner.
You were okay.
So were you here when the Shadow Spinners invaded the city, or did
No.
you come afterwards?
Came shortly after.
Okay.
Is there anything we can do to make your time here easier?
That is a question I have for you. Master Jax is the owner of this property. These are his estates.
I'm not worried about his estate. I'm worried about the state of the children in particular.
They are provided for by the royal palace.
Okay.
I will say that I believe that their nutrition has been lacking. And if they could be provided with more meat, I believe they would grow up healthier. But we get by with what resources we are given. And we thank the royal family for what they have done for us.
But of course.
Well, the royal
right.
family is supportive of Drow, such as yourself, in this town.
The royal family is large, and their opinions are as diverse as their members.
All right. I don't necessarily have any questions now, but if I have more questions, I'll certainly ask.
So are you moving to like stand up from the table?
I would. Well, actually, no. I mean, I'd be the first thing I would do is be curious on what we're eating. If she wants to present, if we're eating dinner, then I'd be curious on what we're eating.
She does not have any dinner ready and waiting for you when you walk in off the street, unfortunately.
Oh, I thought everyone invites their guests to dinner. All right.
We didn't exactly invite ourselves.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll stand and walk around and stuff, and I'll say, you know what, we're going to be spending some time here getting used to the city because everything is different than I remember. So you can count on us being here for a bit. And as Runa says, perhaps there's some way we can mutually help each other, but I have no idea what yet.
So as you're getting ready to walk away from this conversation, Mortrick and Runa, both of you hear someone walking on the second floor. They are definitely attempting to sneak around. And it sounds like they're walking right here. So they're preparing to like lean over a balcony and listen down on your conversation from what you can tell from their like tip, tap, tip, tap.
Okay, I'll just look over in that general direction.
You don't see anything yet.
Oh, okay.
Are you using one of the maps?
Yeah, he's using the
Yeah.
top one.
Yep.
Oh, I see that. Okay.
It appears we have another guest.
Are we gonna go find out who that is, or are we just gonna let them come down when they're ready?
Who?
You wouldn't notice, Kaz. It's fine.
Oh,
I wouldn't expect you to know what's going on.
So when you all make a point of talking about it out loud, Kazdor, you actually catch this. So Rickjack, surprisingly, you have the lowest passive perception score. You literally have a 0. So you don't notice it until it happens. But Kazdor, and obviously Runa and Mortrick, you see a dark elf youth probably a young man, swing it down from the banister and go feet first to like land on the table. So he's wearing 2 knives and a tunic and some loose pants, but yeah, he's just like invading this table space.
How old is he?
It's hard to tell, you know. I mean, he's definitely a teenaged elf.
So, like, he's probably an inmate of this establishment.
An inmate?
One of the children. I'm assuming the oldest.
Rufio.
So no one reacts in any hostile way.
No.
Oh, hey, little sprat.
So he goes down to one knee in front of you, Rick Jax, and says, "Master Jax, I am Natalta. If you would but offer me arms and armor, I would become a knight in your service." And then he bows his head. In the background, Matron Gwafina is glaring death daggers with her eyes at him.
I like this kid.
You do, huh? And
yeah, so you know, in the brief time you've gotten to see him, he looks like he's got kind of strong cheekbones, but just like really unkept silvery hair that's now just like floofing down because he's bowed his head in front of you.
What's his name again?
Natalta.
Natalta. And I'll say, Natalta, you can rise. I don't think it's my place to accept any knights, young or otherwise. But why would you want to be, you know, why would you pledge to someone you've never met before?
So he awkwardly gets off of the dinner table while not looking at Gwafina and stands at attention in front of you and says, "I have heard of your bravery on the surface and that you accept the surface ways. And that is why I offer myself as a knight to you.
As well as not being able or not wanting to go into the army or the reserve.
If you do not accept me in your service, Master Jax, I will gladly join the auxiliary battalion. It would be an honor to serve Blinkenstone. But it would be a greater honor to serve the one who helped raise me."
Heard, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard that drow, they get hurt in the sun. Is that not the case?
'Tis true.
Okay. I would just worry that if you continued your service with us.
I don't know. We managed to not kill Hal. I think we could not kill this kid too. I don't know how we would not kill him, but we could make it happen.
I mean, Hal pulled the cart. Yeah, it's true.
Right? Like, I don't feel like we took it easy on Hal at any point. So, like, you know, hey kid, listen, if you think you can hack it with us, like, we are pretty big up there. I mean, we have seen some...
I'm sorry, who are you?
I wouldn't say that I have like a formal title. I would say I'm probably like maybe under assistant secretary to Sir Rick, as you know, he's known. It's an honorary position, and I am honored to hold it, much like you would be were you to be conferred, an honorary position. Is that what you're asking for? Like, wait, what am I talking about again? I kind of forget sometimes.
Yes, Mick, you've lost us all.
So, Mordric, Bruno, while this is happening, for everyone else in the room, Matron Gwafina just looks like she's neutral or slightly annoyed. For Mordric and Runa, you notice that her eyes are completely dead.
I'm just saying, kid, like, this is a conversation we need to have at like maybe a different time and not in like the middle of right now. So let me just write down your name and number. I'll have my people call your people. We'll get something figured out, and we can review your application at a more appropriate time.
Can I insight check her to see kind of what her
Sure. Next time you can ask ahead of time before you make the roll.
I know, but
But a
Mick was
19 is not bad.
Because now
Look,
that I've rolled success.
Bearded, I have to tell you, you do have this bad habit of being like, I'm going to roll something and then say I'm going to roll it. But let me tell you something. It's much better than your original habit of saying, oh, I don't want to roll anything. I want to use real dice. We'll get you there eventually.
Yeah. I just do
No.
it to not interrupt the flow of the
No.
conversation.
Now
Yep,
we
yep.
got him.
Yep.
Yeah. What are you looking for specifically about her?
Her demeanor in relation to the kid. Is she really taking care of him? Is that sort of the
Demeanor and
what is
relation to the
their
kid right now.
relationship with each other?
This is okay. So here's the thing. Your insight is not going to be able to tell you that right now. Your
Okay.
insight will tell you right now that she's not particularly annoyed with him.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, she's treating him as if he's already dead. As if the actions he's taken right now were against her wishes, and that if he does this, he'll die.
Got it.
And that she's just like, okay, well, if this is what he wants to do, he's dead. That's all there is to it.
All right. We appreciate your dedication to the cause, but currently we have no more openings in our party.
All right.
I like how you say cause as if we actually have one, Runa. Like, that's pretty neat. I hadn't thought about that.
So his whole body is shaking right now because clearly this conversation didn't go the way he thought it would. But he does turn sharply and march out of the room. And you can hear him march out the front door where he slams the front door. And that's where you lose track of him.
So, like, all this time you spend training child soldiers, I mean, it's got to wear on a person, right? Like, do you train them to be soldiers, or you just kind of train them to be people so that
The
they
auxiliary battalions will deal with their military training.
Okay.
I train them to be drow.
Quite the spirited one he is.
He would volunteer early if it was allowed.
How much longer does he have before he goes in?
About 8 months.
So neither here nor there, ready to go somewhere.
Real quick, you said my passive is 0, but it should be 12. Where do you see 0?
Is it?
His modifier is 0.
Your passive perception is 12, right?
Yeah.
0? No, your passive perception is 0. Your passive insight is 12.
Oh, sorry about that. But
Yeah.
wouldn't that make my passive perception 10? I have to go check my character.
Yes, your passive perception is 10. That's because it's 10 plus 0.
Gotcha.
Modifier is 0.
Okay, thank you. Understood. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, so the conversation is left slightly awkwardly for a moment.
Are the rest of the children in the same state? Are there any others that are?
No, not as many believe as strongly as Natalta and the Sorrows.
What are the names of the other children?
It would take some time to list them. There are almost 24.
Wait, what are the sorrows like specifically? How do you define the sorrows?
It will begin in a few minutes if you'd like to hear one of the parts of it. But the Sorrows are a series of daily musical passages that are played in areas nearby community centers in every part of Blingdenstone. There are 4 parts to it, each lasting 10 days, that cover Blingdenstone before the fall, Blingdenstone during the fall, the betrayal of the dwarves, and everything that's happened up until now.
And I'm guessing you guys like don't come out real great in these retellings.
The Sorrows make it clear where the difference between the Drow and Clan Shadowspinner are.
Well, that's nice.
And is this these dwarves? Are you talking about Clan Laos or a different clan?
It is a different clan. The clan that was technically not any particular clan. It was a band of mercenary dwarves who were commissioned to defend Blingdenstone They were sent to this very district, actually, in order to defend against the Clan Shadowspinner Drider invasion, and they instead chose to step aside and flee the city with their money rather than defend it with their life.
So, I mean, it's not like you had a lot of white knuckles who just got all, lily livered at the last minute. These guys actually left with something.
It sounds like they
How
abandoned
much
the
do you
fight.
actually know about Clan White Knuckle?
I know this one's a big scaredy cat. That's pretty much it. I just assume they're all the same. You know how dwarves are.
Clan White Knuckle has renowned for its military victories against the Shadowspinner clan.
Ooh, that makes it worse for you, Kaz. I had no idea.
They were one of the first clans to fall against Clan Shadowspinner.
Just gives me more reason to hate them, Mordric.
I guess that makes sense. And yourself.
Well, I mean, saying, but
I'm sorry, Master Dwarf, I didn't catch your name.
my name is Cazador White Knuckle.
You are the Cazador White Knuckle.
Unfortunately, that seems to be the case.
That would make you the first victim of Clan Shadowspinner.
How so?
It would seem that you would be more capable of telling than I. You must have been there when it happened.
I don't recall encountering any drow in my military experience. Not too many, anyway. Mostly it was dwarves, some trolls. Sorry, not dwarves. Mostly goblins, orcs, and so forth. Various underdark creatures, but never drow.
But you were there at the fall of Carandine.
I was not there at the fall of Carandine. I was in the mines, and then they fell later.
Then it would seem my information is incorrect.
Yes. It's still a sad story.
My understanding was that your mining team encountered the shadow part of Clan Shadowspinner.
That might be the case. But my memory is that it was
A demon?
rock, and
Maybe a shadow demon.
yes, those things.
Surely you know your own backstory, Connor.
I do know my backstory, but I mean, but what I had written was not involving, like, to my understanding, drow. I thought, but maybe I'm wrong.
Indeed, this might be the first you've heard of it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's what I thought. That's how I was playing it. Okay, let me go for it.
That's good, because that's how I was playing it too.
Okay, good.
I'm revealing that your backstory and Rick Jacks are connected right here, live on stream. let's just go ahead and enumerate that out loud for the audience.
For those in the audience who don't understand what's happening, yeah,
Well,
okay.
thanks, Nick.
Mick wants to make sure that we all understand out of character what's happening. So the matron puts her hands on the table and says, "It was the first time Clan Shadowspinner tested their newfound powers. They would place things in the stone, sealing demons into the stone and then leaving them there to incubate weeks, months. And when someone comes across it on patrol or to mine it, or even just walking down the cavernway, it would be released, having gathered the power of the Underdark around it, that radiation that passes around us, the energy that gathers, birthing a creature. With that successful test, it would go on to become their most powerful tactic over the years. They still use it. Yes, Clan Shadowspinner is a clan of Fey warlocks. They are drow who have indebted themselves to some unknown power, and through that unseelie court, they have gained access to demons.
Truly horrific. It truly was the worst thing you could imagine when I saw that demon coming from that rock.
So normally, Cazador, normally talking about this would make you want to reach for a drink.
Yeah.
That part of you is gone now.
Right.
Instead, you reach for the warhammer.
Right. Yeah.
You find yourself unconsciously gripping the hammer, and when you look down, you truly have white knuckles.
Gripping it fast, huh? Yep. So where are these? Are they close? We Clan of Shadows that are close? Are they still around? Maybe we should go join one of these patrols. I don't know.
Undoubtedly, Clan Shadowspinner is within the city, but how could you tell one from any other drow? It is a serious issue.
So they're masters of subterfuge as well as magic.
How do we know you're not a shadow spinner?
Well, they don't have to be masters of particularly good subterfuge. It's not that there are thousands of drow here, but there are hundreds like myself who live our life here. How do you know that I am not a member of Clan Shadowspinner is an excellent question.
Probably not one best for table.
As I previously alluded to, I chose exile from my clan as a result of their choices regarding Clan Shadowspinner.
Do I think she's telling the truth?
Yes. You not only believe that, but you believe that there's definitely a greater and sad story behind this, that she's holding back something.
Right.
I mean, I don't know a lot of like deep cover operatives, but if I was gonna be a deep cover operative, it's that kind of commitment to the part that I would want to be able to live up to. And I respect you, whether or not you're on our side, because if you are, then like, hey, that's great. And if you aren't, then wow, you're playing your part to perfection, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
Much as you might respect the craft, more trick. I mean, I've seen what these shadow spinners have wrought. You would not appreciate seeing what they can do, even if it takes great skill.
If you wish to know more about Clan Shadowspinner in a more material way, you can join one of the patrols, or perhaps even spend some time in the auxiliary battalion. They will not turn wandering heroes such as yourselves away.
That's generous, but I'll take it.
Your professions are not clear to me, but you did come into this house wearing bloodied equipment.
Honestly, I don't think our profession is like super clear to us either. Mostly we just wander around, murder some things, and then steal shit. Like,
that makes you sound as if you were criminals.
Well, I mean, we have so far mostly murdered things that needed murdering, and we've stolen shit that belonged to people who are dead already anyway, so it's not like they needed it anymore. I mean, like, yeah, it's not a great look. We just need to work on, our PR end, and then we'll be good to go.
Yes.
So, Mortrick, you have this weird thing that's happening where Runa and Guafina are looking at you at the same time with the same expression. It's actually super weird.
Both want to punch you in the face.
I see that look a lot.
It's mostly when he talks.
Unless there's more on that subject, I'd be curious to know more about these defenders, the 7 defenders.
I'm afraid I'm not aware of all of their names, but they are 7 legendary heroes gathered by the Archmage. Lady Zephyr the Bow, Lord Talca the Axe, Lord Spalska the Glaive, Lady Beralt the Hammer. They are of many races and many backgrounds, but they have chosen to live their lives here in Blingdenstone and devoted themselves to the cause of defending the city. And the Archmage has deemed them worthy.
I see. So they are, sounds like they're powerful heroes. Were they all together before they came here to defend the city?
No.
Okay.
In fact, they are replaced periodically when one of them falls.
Okay.
Wait, can I get a list of those implements again? There's the dude with the hammer, the lady with the thing, the other guy with the whatnot.
Can you?
I will send it to you in roll 20.
Yeah, thank you.
And their leader is Archmage Ismali the Pale.
We appreciate all the information you've given us. Is there a place that we can talk in private for a moment?
Perhaps you would like to go upstairs.
Yes.
I could show you the bedrooms.
I mean, do we need to ask for permission? Isn't this Rick's house?
Are we in the guest house?
I'm assuming she knows.
You are
about
in the
it.
guest house.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, I thought, Runa, you were asking to speak with Gwafina alone.
No, with our group alone.
Oh, then yeah, she would dismiss herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just stands up and moves out and says, "In several minutes, the sorrows will begin. I take the children every night. If you would like to attend, you may find it enlightening."
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely.
Yes.
I don't want to
I would
miss
like
that.
to see that as
Thank
well.
you. I'm gonna take a second to make sure nobody's listening in on us. And do you want me to roll something for it?
Yes, I do. Oh my goodness, that was so loud. Thanks for the resub, Lucas G Variety.
As soon as she's out of the room, while Runa is clearly doing something that I'm going to ignore her doing, I'm going to say, guys, do you think we're being groomed? Like, there are not 7 of us. I mean, if we count Hal and Cottontail, that's like
That's
6.
Lilwyn. Lilwyn is
Lilwyn.
Lilwyn.
Whatever, Lilwyn. You know, and we also have like had various horses, so like we could sub one of those in for this.
Captain Espresso Leandro.
I mean, Captain Espresso, maybe. I kind of feel like
The
Little
Water Dragon
would be a
Stidzy.
better
Rick
pick.
Jackson, are you trying to intimidate Mordrick to be quiet?
That's pretty funny. No, I was trying
It's an
to.
Archmage
I was trying to
an
investigate and
Archmage
failed.
and like people, and like we have an Archmage, and we're people. Like
I'm just gonna cover his mouth for a second.
Who is your Archmage?
Yeah, wrong roll. All right.
Sorry, what were you trying to roll?
Investigation, but it's only a 9. So, but yeah,
Yeah, it's
I'm
still
gonna
not
look.
gonna-
I'm gonna look around while Runa's looking around too.
Okay, yeah, I mean, this place is pretty well furnished for an unused guest house. There's lots of empty barrels and some chests. Everything here, like, it's been dusted in the last year at least. It's clear that given the, the floor situation, that children occasionally come in here to play, probably where they're not allowed. There's a perfectly functional hearth. And it seems like there's some sort of dwarven engineering to the hearth that allows the warm air to be pumped to the second floor through the floorboards, which means despite the fact that Blingden Stone is always 54 degrees, you can have a nice warm room since all the
any of
rooms are on the
kids
second floor.
leave toys behind.
Sorry, what was that?
Like, are there any toys left behind?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna start prestidigitizing, just kind of clean things up a little bit.
All right, yeah, you Mary Poppins shit. You just like swoosh and dust disappears.
Oh yeah, perfect.
So when
Just
we
want to remind you, again, even if you press to digitize the dirt away from yourself, it doesn't change the smell. Runa, you look around to make sure no one else is hanging around the house. No more Natalta is going to swing down and interrupt you mid-conversation. You're pretty confident that everyone that is in the compound is back in the main hall.
Okay. As much as I appreciate you guys trying to get into the inner working of the city, we do already have a job here. Does anyone remember who has employed us and why?
That's what I'm saying. We have an Archmage. That's why we're the people.
I don't think he's free enough to help us.
Oh,
We do have a job already,
that's true.
and we have no information on it, or little to none.
Honestly, I even forgot what we were looking for.
I think
Is
this might be a good way for us to gather information to get acquainted with some of the people and their problems, and then maybe we'll be able to find a way in.
Nope, that is not. Nope, we don't want to get to know them because then we're gonna want to help them, and we've got bigger stuff going on.
We're already
If we
thinking
can
about
keep
helping.
them as just like numbers on a page or data points in a graph, like that's going to be easier for us than when we inevitably have to kill someone. If we don't know anything about them, it's so much easier.
I just don't really recall you killing many people, Mortrick. I mean, I don't know.
I have been present when people are being killed, and I've killed a dog, so that's close enough for me.
So I think, I mean, and you never had any regrets about that dog. So I don't know what you're so worried about getting attached to.
Dog was trying to kill us, and we didn't know its name. That's how it was so easy for me to kill the dog. That and it was asleep. If it had been awake, I don't think I would have stood a chance.
I mean, I don't plan on going on a murderous rampage in this city either. So
I'm not saying
Oh,
we're
man.
going to go on a murderous rampage.
Right.
Someone is going to force us to kill them. That's what always happens.
Just to be clear, Bearded, I know that you're asking what item you're here to look for, but if none of you have the notes for what item you're supposed to be looking for, I feel like that is a very funny divergent storyline. That you guys have traveled continents and thousands of miles and you don't even remember what you're supposed to be
it's
doing.
been such a long journey.
That
Look,
is, there is nothing more D&D campaignish than that.
my notes.
Yes, you can technically make an intelligence check to see if you recall.
Something of measure, right? Wasn't there? It was
I
called
think
something
so.
of measure.
Yep.
That Runa isn't allowed to pick up, right?
Measure Fascination or some shit.
That that is also correct.
My
Several
notes
of these
are-
words have been correct. The thing about Runa is correct.
What'd you say, Runa?
Yeah, Runa, you recall that you were looking for Ravanaver's measure of fixation.
There we
Saint
go.
Garcia Ravanaver is, of course, the founder of the order to which you belong to. Now, you guys are the Drawn Blades as your cover, as a mercenary company, but you're actually members of the Fellowship of Finding, which their job is to bring these items back to the Wizard Mardrovian.
What was it called? Ravanaver's.
Ravanaver's measure of fixation. I'll put it in Rule 20. Oh, I'm just getting a look at the art tonight. Let's see what we got going on.
Awesome as always.
A hand. I see some lips. I see an afro, apparently. Happy birthday, Connor. Who's this dude over here on the left-hand side?
One of the guards.
Okay,
for
all right.
the-
Who's this handsome guy with the big chin?
That's how Mortrick sees himself.
Oh my God.
That was
He sees
perfect.
himself as Gaston, but he's really
Yeah, right. Minus the 6 dozen eggs.
Oh, is this Glofina in the lower left-hand corner?
Yeah, I'm working
I
on.
can't see it very well, but all
I
right.
was like kind of working on a Glyphina, but I gave mine up. Connor's is way better.
All right, so I'm taking down better notes now. So we're part of the Fellowship of Finding. Is that what you called
Yes.
it? Okay.
Yep.
And
Fellowship of
then
Finding.
our personal cover is the Drawing Blades. Okay.
Is Glyphina one of these rare drow with fangs that we hear people talk about?
I have things in this version. Bottom left.
Yeah, sure. Let's make that shit canon as fuck. This joke is never gonna die.
It's really not.
You have no idea how much shit I got on Discord afterward. People were like, Arthur, are you horny on Maine? I was like, no. What's horny on Maine? Now I know what horny on Maine
I don't know what that means.
horny on. Okay, so do you remember when Ted Cruz liked a porn video? A
No,
porn
I do.
tweet?
Not
You don't remember
surprised.
that?
Okay.
That's what's called being horny on Maine, right? Like normally you would make a whole second account to do shit like that. So horny on Maine is when you accidentally do it on your primary.
That's good. That's good. I like that.
Don't worry, audience. I got you covered. I got you covered.
Just in case. We have no idea what the Ravanaver bleh,
The measure of
fixation is.
You were given a pretty interesting description of it. It's a magic item that's capable of changing things based on the owner's perception of their value.
And we know that Runa
You were
can't-
told that it is probably the most dangerous of the 5 items you're
If
looking.
I couldn't touch the ocarina, Runa is absolutely not allowed to touch.
I think you were privately told by Mardrovian not to allow Runa to get a hold of it, as it would not be compatible with her personality.
Why am I not allowed to touch it?
That was never
Gotcha.
explained. He simply said it and never explained it.
And
The
that was
same way
just-
he said it about Mortrick, but never actually explained it.
And he said that just to me, or he said that to everyone?
just
I
you.
think everyone heard it, but he said it to you.
See me? Oh, because I don't want to be the only one left, stuck in the whole "don't touch the magic item" party. All right? Yeah. Do I have a problem with impulse control? Maybe. I'm not going to admit to it, but maybe. And I feel like I am being unfairly prejudiced against in the magic item department. You guys all think my sword is cursed.
So Marjovian told you not to let me touch it.
I mean, maybe yes, but
That's fair.
other reasons?
These items are powerful, and I trust his judgment.
Really? I mean, dude basically just found us off a street and like stuck us together to do this thing. That seems like terrible decision-making process.
I think he's a pretty sensible individual. I don't think he
Very
just
powerful.
found us off the street at all. Well, maybe he found you off the street. I don't know, Mordred.
Yes, I can imagine that.
I mean, I was definitely living on the street when he found me. Yeah, for sure. I just upgraded into a refrigerator box from my previous barrel.
Technically, I was from the street as well, so
Well,
See?
okay. I mean, if we're being literal here,
yeah.
I mean, either you're on the street, or you're inside, or you're outside,
Well,
or underground.
Wow,
What is that?
Cazador is literally just J-Lo, Jenny from the blocking us right now.
it's gonna be. It's gonna be
Cazador is in a music video with shiny gold coins coming around him. He's got rings on all 10 of his fingers. Talking about, yeah, I'm from the street.
hopefully, we made in Manhattan this bitch.
But yeah,
So,
so yeah, we probably do need to find that thing.
So outside, you can hear someone gathering up. A lot of talk in Gnomish. It sounds like
Someone's
Gwafina,
gonna
but
start, and I run out.
okay. For the rest of you, you hear a lot of Drowish voices speaking accented Gnomish.
Before we leave, I'll just say, keep your ears open. We're not here to intervene in other people's lives, but would like us to make this a better place before we leave.
This is Rick Jackson's property, though.
You're gonna say apartment?
Apartment. Yeah, this is my flat.
There's several. I mean, there are several houses.
I know
inside
it's a
this
complex, so yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
It's a condo.
This is just the kids' playhouse. So no, but I do want to have a plan on what we're going to do, and it's too bad that Mick took off. So the other option was when I was talking to what are they called? The Securitats. They recommended maybe going to the auction district and getting mercenary work. So I'm throwing that out as a suggestion, not as this is what we have to do, but we have multiple suggestions tonight on how
have
we
a
might.
place to live. We just don't have the money to be here very long, so it might not be a bad idea to get some work while we're here.
Yeah, and get some intel, because I agree with you, Runa. We're here to get intel. So,
Yeah.
and Kaz, you've said the same thing. So, I think we have a couple options.
Yeah, I mean, I think both joining the security patrol or doing the mercenary work, they're probably going to lead to the same points.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Are you
Let's
all
go.
heading outside to join Mortrick?
Let's go find our friend.
So as the three of you walk over, and Mortrick, you're joined by almost 24 drow children who have assembled themselves into 4 ranks of 6, with the youngest ones in the front, and then the oldest ones trying to keep everybody else in the ranks. And they move out of the estate's gates together towards some location down the streets. Now, as you recall, the streets around the estate were kind of abandoned and not particularly well taken care of. This is the bad part of town. I mean, it's literally called the Foreigners District.
Right.
And it hasn't been repaired since the invasion. But as these children lead you towards the location with Gwafina watching over everybody, you come to a almost amphitheater like open area, but it's less like an amphitheater and more like a 360-degree pit that tears down, and at the bottom of it there are 4 drow, 2 men and women, setting up a set of stringed instruments. And as the party, Cazador, Runa, and Rickjax, enter, they begin playing a song, and it is incredibly sad sounding. there is more than a small bit of magic infused in their performance, which becomes immediately apparent when illusions weave themselves over the playing. So there's probably a bard among them. And we see images
Ortrick, how
of...
come you can't do that?
Do what?
Yeah.
I don't see anything.
How come you
What's
can't
going on?
play
I
with
mean,
them
I
illusions?
saw
That's
the
awesome.
I thought it was going to be a fight to the death. Then they brought out instruments. So I thought, oh, they're going to fight with instruments.
So while you guys are talking, someone comes over and is just like, shh.
And
Apologies.
I'm going to lean over and whisper to Rick Jacks, hey, did you guys bring snacks? I kind of just like ran out. I don't think there's going to be a vendor while we're here.
Later.
So that same person is just like, the children are better behaved than you.
It's not, yeah, I get that a lot.
Hey, Ribbon. I want to hear it.
So
Do we see?
it only lasts for 3 or 4 minutes, but there's a lot of indistinct shapes that look like a blobby form of Blingdenstone, and we see dark shapes detach themselves from the ceiling. We're looking at like almost Lego or clay-like soldiers moving forward to engage them. There's fiery arrows being shot back and forth, and that's when the performance ends. And one of the members of the band walks up. She supports her bass as she's going along, like pulling herself, using it almost as a cane. And she walks right up to Rick Jacks and says, "You are the master of the House of Jacks."
Is that a question or a statement?
Is it true?
It's true. That's what they tell me. This is my
Your
old
mother.
home.
And your grandmother and your great-grandmother. In every district around the city, in the middle section of each sorrow, there is a piece for the local district. In 3 days' time, return here, for I will play the death of the House of Jacks. It is the piece that I wrote myself to honor your parents' legacy as they fell for this city and became martyrs.
I appreciate your invitation, and I would be honored
for you to hear it.
I'd be honored to hear it as well. So thank you.
This is the only place in the city you will hear it at. And should you miss here, I will not do it again for another 40 days.
I'll see if I can make that happen.
Did she say that in Gnomish, I imagine?
Yeah, the whole conversation is in Gnomish.
Okay.
When she moves on, I'm going to lean into Rick Jacks, but I'm going to be staring at the person who shushed me earlier and be like, hey, what did she say?
Is she gone?
Yeah, so she's hobbling along using her bass to help her walk.
Okay. So, and the performance is over. So I'll let these guys know.
Everybody's dispersing.
I'll let these guys know. And do I happen to see? I'm not going to do too much, but do I happen to see Natalta?
Yeah, he's here.
Okay. How's he looking?
Well, not so great.
Okay.
You know, he's in the oldest rank of kids, but he won't make eye contact with you. He almost seems like a dog that did something wrong and is now ashamed, and you know.
Okay. Alrighty. All right. What's next, group?
Well, Gwafina is gathering the kids to head back, but they're all like a pack of Mortrix.
Talkers.
I'm going to go over there and just try to rile the kids up. I'm like, wasn't that great? No, wait.
Really?
That's the approach.
Really?
I'm so sorry, children. That was the wrong. Nope. I'm going to leave now. I'll see you guys later.
Do you actually do that?
Nope.
Okay.
I do not.
Oh wow! Look at these fangs right here. These are some good fangs right here. We zoom in on those fangs.
Do we need to go to break early? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Nice close up.
I'm gonna get a backpack for you for my next item.
What How long? I mean, sort of. Are we? How long have we been up? Are we like ready to go to sleep or?
So it's probably evening for your local
Yeah.
biorhythm, but it should be clear here that that means nothing in this town, right?
Yeah.
It's always eternally dusk here. They have no surface time zone methods of any way. That's why the estates are so broad, just so that you can't hear any street traffic from the interior.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when you want to eat, when you want to sleep, that's all up to you here, as far as you can tell.
Well, I understand. I'm just wondering how tired we are. Are we really?
I mean, Runa's probably tired of Mortrix's bullshit, but other than that, you guys are. You could rest, or you could still get some stuff done.
Okay. Just checking.
I think I'll rest actually.
Well, maybe let's arrange for whatever we're going to be doing tomorrow before we tuck it in.
Okay.
Either we're going to go get this mercenary work with the patrol, Mortrick. I think we decided it was going to be one of those two things will take us to a conclusion that we will find useful.
I just want to say real quick, Mortrick is definitely chaotic neutral. There's no trending towards good. Nothing I've heard from him has ever indicated to me that he believes in the concept of good or evil.
Yeah, absolutely.
He does, however, believe in causing shit wherever he goes and in tearing down the establishment.
Gotta fight the man.
He's not chaotic neutral insofar as I can just do whatever the fuck I want. He's chaotic neutral insofar as he literally doesn't believe in systems or paying back debts.
Except you're the one he paid money to and never paid back.
Yeah, exactly. He knows now that if he doesn't pay back his debts, a wizard will come along and do it for him.
Exactly. Like, I have gotten no worries in my life. I don't think I can die, and I don't think I have to take any consequences for my actions. It's perfect.
And honestly, we've been able to.
Yes, you have.
In the best possible way.
What is this thing over the measure of fixation? Is this some sort of giant thing of hair?
Yeah, I was trying to give her like a big like beehive bouffant.
Marge Simpson?
Yeah. That's how what Venus strikes me. The Marge, yeah.
That's what gets him going, guys.
Thanks, it's the hair.
Simpsons was
Listen.
Nick's original hentai.
Arthur's gone. he's that's it. Game over.
Fangs and beehives, what have we come to?
Dojushi
I
territory.
feel like I caused this with the Fangs thing, so I take full responsibility, but it's so goddamn funny. All right. Sorry, Runa, you're heading back. What about the rest of the party?
I'd be like, Runa, do you want me to go with you to keep you company?
Oh boy.
You gonna be okay by yourself?
I'll be fine, thank you.
Okay. Hey guys, what are we doing? I'll hang out with you.
You know, I'm actually in favor of Runa's suggestion. Maybe we should just get some rest, make sure that we're all, 100% rested up, and then go, in the morning, our morning, we'll decide if we're going to go to the auction or join up the patrols. Either one's fine with me. We just got to get some intel.
We thought we were gonna join the patrols? That seems like a long-term commitment. I don't think we're in town.
We do a ride along. But anyway.
Is there a library in town, Rick? Can you direct me to the library?
I don't think libraries are safe.
Oh, because gnomes can't read, Kaz? Is that what you're trying to say? You don't think they have the written word here?
I'm pretty sure, given Rick Jack's the way he carries himself, there's definitely got some libraries here. I just don't know if we're welcome.
I've already walked away at this point.
Yeah.
I thought you were afraid of libraries because they send you to
The
jail.
library and get me in the library.
Hey, I've got a map, so you can consult the map.
Is your map in Gnomish?
It might be, but it's still a map. We can go take a look at it together if you want.
But if you just point it out, I'm sure I can sweet talk my way in.
The royal castle has a public library, and there are 2 private libraries in the first and second quadrant.
All right, I'm gonna head to the Royal Library.
There's also the 6th quadrant, which is the thing that's on the ceiling, which is basically a wizard's tower. So they undoubtedly have a library there. But you have no idea how to get up there because it's on the ceiling.
Yeah.
I'll join you, Mordrick, if you're going to go to the library. I mean,
Listen,
what could go
guys,
wrong? A human and a dwarf enter in.
I don't mean this.
Sounds
to
like the
be-
start of a joke.
Yeah.
Kaz and Mortrick walk into a library.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be mean, Kaz, but like this whole library thing, it's kind of my zen space. And if I have to keep apologizing for a super racist dwarf wherever I go, I don't know how that's gonna play. So like, yeah, you can come with, but like, can you just like maybe not talk?
I mean, we'll see. We'll see how that works out.
Oh my god.
Well, all right. I mean, if that's how you feel, Mordrick, I'll leave you to your thing.
I mean, you can come, you just can't speak. Like,
Oh, it's all right. I wouldn't want to
enjoy-
be a second-class citizen to your party.
I enjoy the quiet time, okay? Like, you guys are pretty chatty as a group. I want to enjoy some silence.
Let's see. Let's see.
And go to sleep.
So explain to me what the division of labor is here right now. Mordrick is going alone to a library. It's not clear to me which one.
The public library.
All right. Kazdor, where are you going?
I guess I'll go back and rest. If that's the plan.
And Rick Jacks?
I'm okay resting.
All right. Let me ask you a question, Mordrick. What
Yeah.
languages do you speak?
I think just common and celestial, common, deep speech, and undercommon.
You're actually gonna. I was about to be like, "Ha, fucking got you," but I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure you're okay now.
Yeah, sadly, I think that undercommon is gonna serve you pretty well. I think deep speech is for fucking monsters and shit, but
It seemed pretty useless, which is why I picked it.
just looking up what deep speech is, I'm pretty sure it's monsterish language. Deep speech is the language of aberrations. Okay, yeah, that's not
Whoa.
gonna get you anywhere. So you go into the Royal Library's public library section. It's difficult for you to get through, but occasionally you do find signs posted to indicate in Undercommon where to head to. When you come in, a young woman sitting at a desk nearby stands up and adjusts her glasses and says, "Dovinde, Taharet Nehere."
Nope, don't got that one.
What language do you say that in?
I'm gonna say that in common.
She looks confused at you.
I'm gonna say, hello, do you speak undercommon?
Yes, Undercommon. I speak.
Good. You sound just about as proficient as I do.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Do I need a card or can I just wander around?
You cannot leave with book unless you have card. If you want
Okay.
to stay, is fine.
When do you close?
I'm sorry?
Like when do I have to leave?
When you go to sleep?
I can't sleep in the library?
No.
Okay.
No.
But I can stay as long as I want.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna give her the 2 thumbs up and I'm gonna wander off.
Okay, she like adjusts her hair slightly and then gives a deep sigh. Can I help you?
Nope.
What
just
is
wanna wander
looking
around.
for?
I mean, I'm really just here to look. Really, I mean, I'm not like I legitimately, I'm not here for any good reason. I mean, I don't want to say that. That sounds bad. Like,
But
I am
you
legit-
have said.
I'm just looking. You know, like it's a big library. It's been a long time since I've been in a library.
The biggest library in Underdark.
That is fantastic news. This is actually my first Underdark library.
Yes.
Yeah, first, number one. Mhm.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
I can tell.
Have a good day, and I'm gonna leave.
She moves to like grab your elbow and is like, please let me help. I am worried for you.
Let's start with like what? How do you guys classify books down here?
Dewey Decimal.
Oh, perfect. We use that upstairs too. Man, that is convenient, right? Like, I think it's fascinating how good ideas will crop up independently in diverse cultures. You know, it's not something you think.
No, it's not independent. It's just better than what we had.
Oh, what did you used to have?
It classify by author's relationship to royal family.
That sounds like a terrible system, but I can understand why someone thought it made sense.
It led to a lot of government treaties in the central chambers, where the
Yeah.
kings like to look them over.
Yeah, and that is some pretty dry reading, so I hear. So like, what am I looking for specifically?
Yes. I want to
Um,
remind you, she only comes to about your waist height. So she's like reaching up to keep firm hold on your arm, keep you from running off.
I'm be like, where is your, let's call it speculative fiction, like make believe stories?
Oh, you don't want fiction about mining speculation?
Nope. That also sounds boring. Yeah, just like
Boring. That is almost 10th of library.
Is mining speculation. I have a friend. I will bring him back. He would love to look into that. I don't know. He probably doesn't. He doesn't seem like the type.
You are looking for general fiction.
General fiction. Yes.
Okay. You come this way.
All right.
She starts dragging you along. So, where are you from?
I am from, well, it's kind of like, I like to think of myself as just, a man of the world. I don't think any one location defines me as a person. And, so let's just say I'm a man from everywhere.
But you aren't from here.
No, not from here. I'm from everywhere upstairs. This is, again, first visit, downstairs.
Okay. And what do you do?
The least amount possible.
I'm sorry?
Nothing. I don't do anything. I occasionally visit libraries, and I let other people provide for, all of my needs and wants.
Oh, you are a sage.
That is probably the most complimentary thing anyone has ever called me. Thank you.
Who do you work for?
Some dude. I think he might be an archmage. So, like, listen, I heard this story about like these 7 people and this archmage, and I think, fingers crossed, we're not in that story, but I'm afraid we might be.
What?
Yeah, it's a theory in development. We don't need to spend a lot of time on it.
Okay. All right. We are at fiction section. So she's brought you to it's like 7 stories deep. So you're like on the top level and it just goes down and down and down. 12 shelves with hundreds of books deep, and then each level has one of these 12 shelves. Doing some quick math calculations, there's got to be like over 100,000 books here.
This is amazing. I think I love this place. Can I give you a hug? I'm really happy right now. This place makes me happy.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna give her a hug.
All right. I want to point out again, she is only waist height to you, so you're gonna have to get down
Oh
on your.
yeah, it's been hunched over. It's gonna be super awkward.
Okay.
I'd be like, great, so I can just hang out here now, right?
Yes.
Okay, if I need anything, I know where to find you.
She looks around and she says, signs are in Undercommon.
Yes, I speak Undercommon.
Yes.
Yes.
Do
So we're
you
good.
read?
Can I read Undercommon? When you
Yes.
have
If you
like,
could speak it, you can read it.
you can read it.
She's just confirming that you.
Oh, yes, yes, I can.
Okay. Your
Alright.
first time in library here? My
Yeah.
first time being hugged on job.
There you go. It's a banner day for everyone.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna stare at her until she leaves.
All right. She turns around and shuffles away. Every few steps, she turns around and looks at you, and then turns back and then keeps shuffling away.
All right, and
And
I'm
turns and
gonna,
looks at you again.
just gonna be perusing the shelves until she like turns the corner and is out of sight.
Yep, she's out of sight.
Okay, and like what section am I in? It's just general fiction, right?
Yes.
What's like I'm
The
just gonna
whole first third of it is all A-lettered authors.
I'm just gonna pull like the first book off the shelf.
Just the first random.
Just completely random, yeah.
All right.
Were you expecting something different?
The book is written in Draconic.
Okay.
It appears to have some sort of like thing eating its own tail emblem on the front of it.
Okay.
It seems to be bound in some form of leather, but you're not really. It feels super weird when you run your thumb over it.
Like, yee. All right, I'm gonna go over like a couple shelves and just randomly pull off another book.
Okay. This one, you're not really sure about the alphabet. It looks elvish of some kind. When you begin flipping through it, there are very vivid depictions of nymphs and other fairies. Seems to be almost exclusively naked female fairies. Like a
They have-
bestiary of fairies.
Of fairies,
But
Okay.
only the hot ones.
Only the hot ones. Do any of them have fangs? If not, I'm out.
Actually, I feel like I'm very comfortable here saying that many fairies actually do have fangs. So,
Yeah, so I'm gonna get like probably a stack of like 5 or 6 books just from random shelves, and
okay.
then head back up to the front desk.
All right. So when you get back there, she's got a pen in her hair and is just like looking over stuff, and then pulls out the pen and says, "Oh, it's you."
Yeah, do you have a reading room?
Yes. It everywhere.
Do I see chairs? I haven't bothered to look yet.
No, she's just like, you just sit down.
Like on the floor?
Yes.
There's no chairs? Do you have like a couch? Maybe a nice divan?
What is couch
It's, just
divan?
they're like pillows that eat too much and they get fat. They're fat pillows. No, probably not. We'll just skip it.
You can use chair beside me if you wish to use desk.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to sit down and I'm going to first open up the fairy book and then look at her sheepishly and put it away.
Oh my god. I just want to be clear here. You're literally pulling up a fictional porno beside her and then being like, whoops, didn't mean to do that.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to kind of like flip.
Fortunately, she's not paying any attention to you.
Okay. I'm just going to like flip through them as if I can read them, even though I can't read most of them.
I mean, the last one actually is in common, so.
Oh, is it? What is that one?
The last one is called Dance of the Dragons.
Dance of the Dragons. Robert was right. That's all I'm saying. You with me on that, lady?
She's like, Robert, no, is love story. Very famous.
Is it like? Is it a good like? Listen, I'm not interested in love triangles. So like, tell me they get together at the end, and I'll suffer through it. Otherwise, I don't care.
There is yearly festival about Dance of Dragons. It is about two dragons that love each other and make fire.
And presumably they dance.
Yes, but they dance dragon-like.
Like, are these 2-leg dragons or are these like 4-leg dragons?
It depends on the depiction. In most festivals, they have many legs.
Interesting. Hey, so I heard about this thing on the way over here. It's a measure of something. Like, so I think it might be a cookbook. Do you have a cooking section? Measure of something. Fixation, fascination. I don't know. It
Okay.
sounds like
Make a
weird-
persuasion check.
But do you have something like that? Let me go to Roll20. Skills. Persuasion.
That's a 12. I love how it would have been a 26. If only you had had advantage. So she says, measure of fixation? It is,
yeah, sure.
Yes, is in fiction section.
Oh, it is.
Yes, child tale to scare small little rocklings.
Perfect. Hey, could you guide me back to that section?
Which one would you want?
Wait, what? There's more than one?
There are hundreds of tellings of story.
About the measure of fixation.
Yes. Big, scary, dark lord appears and must be defeated by heroes.
What
Chop
was
up his body and turn it into magical artifacts.
Yeah, sounds
Everyone knows
fine.
this is story for bad children.
Did your mom tell you that, or did your parents tell you this story? I don't mean to imply that your mother, was the only one who told your stories. I apologize to your father.
So tears well in her eyes real quick, and she says, my parents died during the fall of Blingdenstone.
I forget that was a thing. I am so sorry. So
I was raised here in library. I
That
spent
sounds-
a lot of time reading all of the books here.
That sounds like a wonderful, wonderful way to spend your time. So what's your favorite version? Like what version of this, cookbook story do you feel like really sticks out to you?
Oh, the one where Hollow gets revenge on all of the others.
All right. Yeah. Can you find that one for me, please? Do you mind if I just
Yes.
still here? My feet hurt. I've been walking a lot today. If anyone comes in, I'll just keep him here until you get back.
I think you should come with me.
Okay, I can do that too.
All right. Let's cut back to the rest of the party. You guys are just bedding down for the night?
Yeah.
I mean, is there an inn? Probably got the frequent inn for some food.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to head to some sort of establishment within the city, you can certainly go and grab some food for the night.
Rick Jacks, are you hungry?
I'll come along.
All right. Well, you're the one that talks the talk here.
Oh, so you need me? No, I'll come along.
Yeah, I think I do. I do.
I'm your translator. Let's have at it.
So
the
at the
passport.
edge of the third quadrant, there is a place called the Hound's Ale House that in 4 languages, including Common, Undercommon, and Gnomish, and also Elvish, declares itself to be adventurer and hero friendly. Mercenaries welcome.
This looks like our kind of place, Rick Jacks. What do you think?
I'm following your lead. Let's go for it. What could happen? Ha!
As you all step in, you almost run into the chest of a tall drow man who's just wearing an open vest and has a battle axe strapped to his back and is wearing tight leather pants, and he says, I was looking for trouble, and now I have found it. Look at you, tiny friends. Come! Let us have a drink together. Come, 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 come. And so he like
Right up your alley,
grabs the
Kaz.
shoulders of the two of you and then turns around and heads back into the establishment and tells the barkeep, they will cover my tabs now, huh?
No, we won't.
They will by the end of the night. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Come, sit down. I know the best corner. It's over here. So it's not like there's a huge amount of people in here, but they're all dressed like you. And by that, I mean, there are a lot of cloaks. There's a lot of openly worn weapons. More than a few people have spots of blood or other dark, not savory stains on their clothing. A lot of people who immediately look to see who enters a room and assess them instantly before moving onwardly.
So
The name is, well, around here, you can call me Argon. Argon Karaka.
Hello, Argon. My name is Cazador. This is Rick Jacks.
Ah, welcome. Welcome, friends. Welcome. You, I think, are new to Blingdenstone.
New and old.
we've just
I
arrived.
don't know what that means, but that's fine.
Yes, we've just arrived.
That's good. That's good. That's good. I know everybody. But more importantly, I can tell that you are looking for a new member of your party. No need. I'm already here for you. You can tell. There are always between 3 to 5 people traveling. Every time I walk out of an inn, I know I will run into somebody. There's only 2 of you. That means you need a third. I'm here for you. Argon Karaka. You see, I leave the thinking and the talking to everybody else. When they want to talk to the bad guy, there's always a villain wherever we do something, and they say, aha, now is the time to reveal my evil plot. That is when I throw my axe at them and cut their head off. Everyone's like, oh, no, we needed to interrogate him. I'm like, no, he needs to be dead. That is the job of Argon Karaka, is to make people dead. People say, don't put your boots on the table. Have good table manners. Why do you always snort when you are speaking to the king? Stop laughing all of the time. Argon Karaka is there to slash Spider in half. Argon is there to crush tiny cowards. Argon is there when you need to kill people. You look like people who have trouble killing people. You look like people who don't put your feet on the table. You need Argon Karaka. And that is why I am saying you want me to join your party. Huh?
I mean, I've been known to put my feet up on a table a time or two. And
Okay, all right.
And kill a few.
This dwarf will dance on the table if you get him drunk enough.
I mean, I've already drank.
Should we get him drunk enough?
I mean, I've already had quite a few today already. But I mean, I am here for something. Certainly if food. How's the food here?
You'd get better if you just stayed at home.
Well, that's doubt. That's clear. But I mean, we're on the road. We're on the road now, so.
So the innkeep comes over. It is a overweight human man wearing a very stained apron, and he's holding a bloody butcher's knife. And he says, the name's Glow.
Hey, Glow.
Haven't seen you here before.
First time.
Welcome to the Hound's Ale House.
Thank you. This is a nice place you got here.
Thank you. There's quite a story behind it that you don't want to know about.
I mean, I'd like to hear the story, but
We'd be here for hours.
we're hungry. Yes, we're hungry.
I figured that much. I got boiled eggs with dried mushrooms. That's just the first course.
I'll take just that with a glass of wine. Now I'm assuming how much is that? Off, not in character. How much do I need to have for this food?
Silver piece, probably.
Yeah, okay, then that's what I order.
Okay.
And what else? What's the second course?
Fried rust monster.
Oh, I'll take a first and second course.
Aye.
You know, a third?
Aye. Third course.
I mean, I'll take the full set, whatever you have.
That's a dwarf. I always said those dwarves are thirsty bitches. Like the whole room laughs.
I mean, we are. It's true. I don't deny it.
Rather than a third course of food, Master Dwarf, might I offer you a third flight of beers?
Yes.
We might not have the best beers in all the district, but I have plenty of dwarven kegs I can pull from.
That'll do fine. Thank you. And what do I owe you for all this?
He says 5 silver pieces will cover the meal for the both of you, and if you're covering Argon's tab, that's another 2 silver.
All right, I'll pay.
All right. So yeah, I mean, you guys all get another round of boiled eggs and dried mushrooms. He also brings out a plate of fried rust monster for Cazador, and then a half plate for Rick Jacks, just like get a taste of it, and 3 sets of flights of beers, one for each of the 3 of you.
So, Argon, have you been here long?
Well, in and out.
And where else does your travels take you?
Well, the other 7 colonies. Sometimes I head down to one of the Dark Elf cities and sell my wares there. He pats his stomach and says, "These abs, those are my wares."
That Fanguzian Empire is a tough trip.
Oh, I don't like the surface.
Yeah,
It's too bright.
It is quite bright.
I did a pretty successful stint though one time with an adventuring party that kept me on as their reserve member. I'd do the watches at night and I'd sleep in the wagon during the day. And whenever we delved into a dungeon, and trust me, it's always a dungeon, whether it's a politician's estate or whether it's a cave or whether it's an actual dungeon, it's always a dungeon. It'd always be dark inside, no matter what.
I know how you feel.
So I'd participate then.
And have you ever encountered the shadow spinners down here?
But yeah, he puts one hand on your shoulder and is slapping the table. And he's bent over in half in laughter. Have I ever encountered the shadow spinners?
I would expect so, but I mean, I don't want to assume.
That's a good one.
What do you think? What's a good way to take them out then? What's your favorite way of killing the shadow spinners?
So he stands up and starts drawing his axe, and Glow is like, "Argon, you put that damn thing away! I'm not doing it again." He's like, "Come on, Glow, they asked me." Glow's just like, "Argon, you can tell them about it. You don't need to demonstrate." He sits back down and says, "Fine, whatever." So look, the best way to kill a man is to take your battle axe in 2 hands and just, you get your whole body into it, all the way from your toes and your ankles, through your knees, through your sexy, sexy abdomen muscles, down your spine, up your arms, and just every inch of your body, throw in that axe so it swings perfectly end over end, balanced, and then hits them right in the neck. Material spray everywhere. You'd be surprised what that can do to a dark elf, or any elf, or anything.
Axes can create a good mess, but I mean, I've seen hammers that'll split a skull in such a way that you'll never recognize it again.
So he takes the battle axe off the back and Glow's like, "I'm warning you." Yeah, but can your battle axe come back to your hand for you?
My hammer can't. No. I mean, I've never seen that before. That is impressive. But I wouldn't want to throw my weapon.
It was enchanted by my mother. Aye, 'tis a powerful sorceress. She wanted to make sure I wasn't harmed on my journey, so I could come back and get married to her favorite young woman that she keeps in the area. Haven't been back home since.
You don't miss her?
My mother?
Yeah.
Oh, I miss her intensely. I just don't want to get married.
Who does, right? Yeah, that's some curious magic. I've never seen such things, but I'm not sure if I would want to mix magic and weapons. Maybe I under certain circumstances. But
Is it your hammer? There's magic, isn't it?
It seems to me like it's a different kind of magic. It's not.
But it's
enchanted.
magical.
Allegedly.
Ah.
Allegedly.
Well,
There's
I
no
don't know
magic.
exactly what makes it magical. But
Yes, you do. You literally know it's a +1 magic weapon.
I know that I don't know what makes it magical. Like
Okay.
out of character. So I mean, like I guess these things could be something can be enchanted, and then some can be like religiously endowed in some fashion. That's how I imagine.
That's
it.
also called enchanting.
I guess, but I think Kaz thinks of it.
Technically, you're right, AP. Technically, you're right.
I feel like Connor using it real quick.
always good to
Oh,
know.
is this the library attendant? I love how she has a poofy skirt. That's actually how I imagined her. Ah.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. I want this whole thing compacted into a nice image so that we can get everything up on the art roll eventually.
You know
Connor,
what's
I'm going to
funny
have to rely on you to get that. I rely on Mick. I will never see it.
Yeah, I have last week's too. I can send it along.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. You know, speaking of things that we can send ourselves onto an 8-minute break. We'll be back for the second half shortly. Stick around.
Sounds good.
All right, we're out.
All right.
All right. I like this Argon guy.
I wouldn't say the whole thing was really good, but the guy who ended up using the power to control milk really effectively was a great episode. You guys ready to go back?
Sure.
Never ready.
Oh wow, I have 0 gold in my D&D Beyond. I better change that.
How much gold are you supposed to have?
I've got a fair bit. I mean, you can check my sheet if you're curious. But,
I mean, I would check your sheet, but apparently it says 0 on it.
well, I mean, I managed it on the.
Okay, all right. I mean, as long as you know, and I can look at something and say, okay, there it is.
Yeah, I mean, I just updated it now.
Okay. So I have a serious question for you guys. I'm just going to ambush you here real quick.
Do it.
Normally, on most of my shows, I'm a little bit more descriptive about characters, but for this show, I specifically kind of leave things as open to interpretation as possible to see what you guys come up with. But someone pointed out to me, maybe that's not fair to you guys. Maybe you should be getting the whole AP gaming experience rather than just me copping out. So have you had an issue with how I describe things so far? Because I mean, you guys come up with stuff. Who is it? Who are we drawing right here? Is this a fanged drow?
Yep, fang drow. Of course, they all got fangs. All 4 of them. I
Done this to yourself, AP.
very, very like
It was
modest.
the best thing ever, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But like, I think they're a nice. They're a nice compromise. You know, they're not too vampire-like or anything like that. But they're kind of like they're ready to bite you, ready to nibbling fangs.
Yeah, exactly. The 100% the zone that you want to be in.
Yeah.
The nibbling zone.
Yeah. I mean, look. I mean, I like the way you're working now, but I mean, I think descriptions are good too because they kind of give us a direction to go in.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out here, free form. What do you guys feel?
I could go with more description.
Okay, all right.
Saves me doing a lot of the grunt work at the beginning.
The thinking part we leave to you, AP.
Yeah.
I can tell you who you don't leave it to. That's Mordrick.
Hey, he's in the library right now. He's doing all the thinking.
What could go wrong?
He's in the library.
Yeah, but he's not going to write anything down. So when I get back to you guys, I'm going to have to roll an intelligence check to see what I remember.
Hey, Shep, just real quick.
Yeah.
I think you're like eating soup or something. It might be coming from you.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, can you just mute your mic while you're doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you're not talking. All right, excellent. When we come back, Runa,
Yes.
you find yourself in a kind of warm, dark emptiness that feels very comfortable to you, very familiar. Even though there's nothing in any direction, you feel like this place is home. And then you get images. Orcs walking halls. Dwarves crumbling to dust, and their skeletal bones walking through the same halls. Some sort of shadowy giant figure roaming these very same halls. And that's when it becomes apparent to you that the scale of this hall is very massive. The ceilings in here must be 30, 40, 50 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is lit by a dim flow of lava. And then you see eyes staring out of this darkness behind you. You turn, sensing them there. And there is motion. You can't see it, but you can feel it. You can sense it, that something in this darkness is walking through the practice movements of monks of the Way of the Open Palm. And it is behind you making these motions. What do you do?
I would take up a defensive stance and then say quietly, "Who's there? Show yourself, or be prepared to defend yourself."
There is a reply, but you don't understand it. It is a growl, almost like gravel. It reminds you a bit of the Zorn in the way it speaks, but it's more like an avalanche that talks. Uruk. Zerush Nakal Zarnach, Hall of the Underthane. Zerush. Zerush. And you realize it's completed its cycle of motion. And then it begins going through all of the stances again.
But it doesn't advance at all.
It does not.
I'll take a step forward.
As you do, the light behind you, this image of this place where orcs march and dwarves crumble to dust, becomes dimmer and dimmer immediately. You can feel the air of this thing practicing, moving past your head.
Can I imitate the steps that it's taking?
Yeah, you can mirror it.
Yeah, I'm gonna mirror it.
All right. Yeah, make a dexterity check. Athletics.
Skills, athletics.
Yeah, sorry, it would actually be strength, but athletics. Yeah, 21. Okay. Yeah, you don't just mirror it, you match it perfectly in time. As it performs a move, you perform the same move but from the opposite direction, and you clash with something that feels like solid stone. You can't see anything there except for the two eyes, but you keep hitting solid stone, and as you do, you absorb something from it. It's transferring energy to you, and in the process, you realize it's trying to teach you more about the way of the open palm. Things that you would only be able to learn at home, things you can't learn away from home because you are a monk without a master. It is teaching you. And it says, Zerush, Hall of the Underthane. Zerush.
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 For a brief moment, you look down, and your arms are no longer rocky and protruding. They're no longer what you have come to expect of yourself, but they're fully half working. They're as you remember yourself being. And that's when you wake up.
Like, look down at my arms. Are they the same as they were?
They are.
Kind of take a moment and go towards my water skin and just like splash water on my face really quick.
Yeah. Your whole body feels like you have been, working out and exercising for a little while. You've got like a light sweat going on.
Right. I don't know what to do there.
All right, we cut back to Mortrick. So you are sitting at one of the overlookings that leads to the lower levels, with your legs hanging over it, and this young woman is sitting beside you, and she says, "And that's when I said, apple."
That's hilarious.
So she pulls out the next book and says, "This is the same tale about Demon Lord, but is told as if it is comedy."
Oh, that's an interesting take.
Yes.
Well, let's hear it.
Okay, so she's just, she starts going through it and tells a tale. The four heroes come together and they meet up with a fifth hero along the way, and each of them gains some power from the gods or the spirits of the land. It changes in every tale. Yeah. And along the way, they overcome challenges. Usually the fifth guy, Hollow, is the one causing the problems, and everyone's like, "Ha ha, oh, Hollow, you made things more amusing for us." Mortrick, it's actually really painful reading this because a lot of the situations kind of echo the way you feel the rest of your party treats you sometimes. You're like, yeah, Mercy
so I'm
the
gonna-
Ravanaver sounds a lot like Runa, actually.
I'm be like, I don't know if I like this one so much. Is there a different version we can listen to?
Yes. But this is the 5th one we've gone through. They all tell
mean-
the same story.
They all have, a slightly different nugget of truth. Like if we just want to take a whole stack of these back to the desk, I will be happy to just, read silently when possible while, you do, while you continue to work. And then, if I come across a version where I can't read it, then I'll ask for help.
The thing is, I am worried about you. You are like Crab.
Crab?
Yes. Sorry. What do they call them on surface? Hound.
Dog?
Yes. Yes, you are like dog. If I leave you alone, you will fall over and die.
I don't think that's 100% true, but
You will soil the library, leaving books scattered everywhere.
Right. So I'll just take a stack back to the desk and then just read next to you in companionable silence for as long as possible.
Yes, I don't want to let you out of my sight. You are, as I say, like Crab.
Like, yeah, right. So let's go get a stack of books. I'll follow you back to the desk and we'll just hang out there.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to grab just like a ridiculous amount of like versions of this story and take them all back. Like my plan is to just like read until someone in the group comes for me or I pass out at the desk.
Cazador is the only one who knows where you are. All right. Meanwhile, Cazador and Rick Jax, you're with Argon Karaka. So Argon like waves the bartender Glow over and is just like, okay, all right, look, my friends here, they want to try the raspberry. And Glow's like, oh, he might be a dwarf, but I don't know if he's ready for the raspberry.
Give him the raspberry.
Either you can
sure?
or I'm going to do another hammer demonstration for him.
Glow's just like, you do another hammer demonstration, I'm calling the Securitat.
hey, just a joke,
All right. I'll give each of you, except for you, Argon, you've already had one. I'll give the two of you one raspberry on the house.
Oh, thank you, sir.
First one's free.
Yeah. So he sets out a bottle of dwarven whiskey that has a bunch of cran raisins into it, and he pours out a shot for each of you, which ends up with exactly 3 cran raisins floating into it. He says, these have been kegged for about 120 years. Vanilla oak. Got a whole blend of medicinal herbs and also some spices and seasoning, but it's all about the cran raisins. That's why we call it the raspberry.
Gorgeous.
It will be incredibly smooth and also extremely concentrated.
All right, Kaz, you're up. You love your liquor, don't you?
I grab it, down it, and then turn it upside down on the table.
As soon as it hits your tongue, your whole body wants to shrivel up. It is incredibly sour. It's just super juicy cran raisins that are all of the good juice has been replaced by whiskey.
So
I'm not sure if I tasted any cran raisins, but I mean, I don't like it too sweet. And that wasn't too sweet at all.
Rick Jax will take a sip, but I'm not going to down the whole shot.
All right. Yeah. Like you take a sip.
Yeah.
It's got some intense flavor going on.
I envy you, Kaz. You're amazing. You want my shot, Kaz?
We'll have you drink it like that soon enough. Don't worry, Rick Jackson. I think that'll put some hair in your chest. Why don't you go for it?
Deep gnomes don't have hair on their chest.
That's precisely why.
I know too.
I mean, you can't speak for all deep gnomes.
Yeah, okay, all right. I have my drink here. I'll sip it as we go. So I want to ask, Argon. Argon, so you kind of didn't answer our question before, so I'm going to ask again. Have you confronted shadow spinners?
Oh yeah, quite a lot of them.
Quite a lot. How many?
I'd say I've survived encounters at least a dozen times.
That is very
Sometimes I
impressive.
leave one dead. Sometimes I leave 5 dead.
That's very impressive. And you are against shadow spinner, obviously.
Well, I am against whoever you pay me to be against.
I
Huh?
see. Yeah, I see.
Hey, you know how it is in this line of work. You can't afford to have political affiliations. Everything is about financial motivation.
So have you heard anything like are the shadow spinners causing issues now?
Yes, yes. The shadow spinners are always causing trouble.
Always.
It's a glorious adventure, you know. Everyone in the town gets together and says, "Yeah, we are young and strong. We cannot die. Let's go kill the shadow spinners." And the shadow spinners do the same. Then all of the children are dead, and do that for 25 years, and that's all we get here. If only they were as young and strong and unkillable as I am, huh? Then we would be in a better place, but that would be much poorer.
All right. So I look at Kaz. Kaz, what do you want to do now?
Argon, have you heard
Past
of
the
any
interview?
work?
Am I good?
Oh, well, we have some friends we'd have to talk to first.
You have other members of adventuring party.
Yes, we do. Yes.
I thought there was just the 2 of you. How are you gonna? I can't join an adventuring party with too many people in it. That's not how it's done.
It's true. It's true.
You have too many people. The treasure gets divided down. Someone hears you coming. Stealth is impossible. You can't ambush anybody. You take that step from adventuring party to like mercenary squadron. That's not where you want to be at. No one wants to be in a mercenary squadron. They have a very high fatality rate.
Well, I mean, we haven't died yet, so we're doing all right.
Technically, we've kind of died. Down to 0.
You
I
look
think
like a guy who's died at least once, Kazador.
2 failed
I've
saves.
died a few times. A coward dies many times.
I mean, I just want to remind you, you did have your soul ripped from your body.
Yeah, that's not. I mean,
That is technically death.
Technically.
technically only the best, but that's only technically. No one cares about technically.
Death.
It's only allegedly dead in that case.
He's mostly dead, which still means slightly alive.
So Argon, have you ever gone on a patrol around here or done what
Oh,
kind of
so
work have
when you say that, he like rubs his belly and he's like, "Yeah, I've done a lot of patrols around here.
Yeah, what have you encountered on patrols?
Spiders, riders, drow, bandits, dwarves, crazy dwarves, Darrow, elementals, undead. I mean, lots of undead, like zombie. Once I met a tiny creature that was just an eyeball and wings.
I think I've heard of one of those.
Once I saw a beholder. I wanted to fight it, but the rest of the party was like, "Oh no, we can't fight a beholder," and I was like, "Oh, I bet you it has so much treasure. I mean, I bet you it just has like a infinite treasure. I bet you we will kill it and nothing but gold will come out." And they're like, "Oh no, it's too strong. It's literally impossible to defeat one."
Yeah.
And I was like, if that's true, where do beholder zombies come from? If you can't beat the beholder, why do they have zombies with them? They didn't have anything for that, but they got me to not fight it. It was a very sad time for me.
And
You
it
let
was
other people try and convince you to do the wrong thing. You should have taken on the beholder.
But I can't do it alone. I don't think I can beat beholder alone.
Yeah. They're holding you back, huh?
Yeah, I think I can kill wizard alone. They are very weak. You just throw axe at them and they die. Sometimes you have to run up and pull axe out and hit them a few more times, but it's usually fine. Rogues, easy to kill. Bards, really anything less than like fighters, rangers, monks, pretty easy to kill. Sometimes warlocks, especially like blade warlocks, can be challenged. Shadow spinner warlocks, not so much. They die pretty easily. Oh, what else have I fought? Alpaca? You laugh. You have never seen the blood alpaca of the Underdark. Someone led a bunch of alpaca down one year, and then they got lost. They went crazy, and their fur turned red. And now there are dozens and dozens and dozens of blood alpaca. They are cannibals, crazed. They attack anything, even their own children.
We'll keep an eye out for them.
Okay, look, sometimes I tell drunk people false tale in order to make funny time. This is not that time.
Well, regarding the blood spinners, shadow spinners.
You're very fascinated about the shadow spinners, my friend. Do
course.
you want to join them or something? That's a very uncomfortable situation we're having here.
No, I want to kill his man.
Asking about them.
I do take a political affiliation against them.
Okay, all right. If you say so.
Oh, I say so.
If you
So I
love
just
them
want to
so
know
much.
how best to kill them. I'm a little bit worried.
Oh, I mean, if you
Their enchantments.
it's just like if you want to know how best to kill them, the drow heart is on the left-hand side of the body. Not the right.
That is interesting.
Good information to know.
Yes, we also have higher body temperatures. I am told it is because the fires in our belly runs hotter. I assume it's just because we are mad sexy.
I've seen both examples earlier today, and it is quite impressive.
Yes, our sexiness is impressive. Our entire race is physically attractive. I don't know how we do it.
Yeah. Coming from a dwarf, it's a very different story.
I'm sure you are very handsome for a dwarf.
Well, I mean,
You look like you have had enough things broken to make you more attractive.
I certainly have been broken down.
Yeah, my aunts always said, you need to get enough scars to look good.
They help. They help mask.
You just have to get them in the right places.
Brickjacks. What do you say we head back?
I'm okay with that.
All right, look, if you ever need third member, I will try to be here, but maybe I get to another adventuring party, okay? There's always someone wandering around wanting to kill something. Someone wants to deliver a package, end of the world.
We will keep you in mind, Argon. Thank you.
All right. Argon Karaka. That's the name you need to keep in your head.
Oh, I have it written down.
When did you have time to write it down?
I mean, between drinks. What else? Between drinks, of course.
All right.
All right.
So let's all head back and regroup.
Let me ask, Kazdor, when do you go to find Mordrick?
How long has it been?
Like less than an hour.
Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna. Guys wouldn't necessarily assume that he would have gone missing in that hour.
Do you go to sleep and when you wake up and Mordrick's not there?
I mean,
I mean, that's my plan.
I'd probably head back to.
Just to
I think
overnight at the
the
library.
reasonable thing to do would be to go back to Rick Jackson's estate, see
Yep.
that he's not there,
Yeah.
and then conference and decide what should we do from there. I mean, he might be in trouble, fellas. What do you
So
guys?
Rune is asleep upstairs.
Yeah, I'm talking to. Okay, he might be in trouble, Rick Jacks. What do you think?
Well, he did kind of go off on his own and told you to leave him alone, right?
It's true. Yeah, I mean, maybe we should just let him be.
Yeah.
He's a big boy. Take care of himself.
Yep, I think I need to refresh and rest up because I'll be honest, I'm kind of fatigued today, so I need to refresh.
Yeah, I mean, but if he doesn't catch his Z's, he's gonna be cranky tomorrow, and then he's gonna be extra talkative. That's the thing.
He's always talking.
Yes, but extra talkative. You know how he gets when he's on the road. It's just non-stop.
All right, let's go get him.
All right.
Where is he?
I think he's at the public library.
How do you know that? Oh yeah, because he didn't tell you. He told you he didn't want you to come, huh?
Yeah, I saw him walk off in that direction. He seemed to be talking about the library. There's only one library.
I mean, he asked you about the library, so
Yeah, he did.
Okay, yeah, let's go get him.
yeah,
I come knocking on the library door.
the door slides open. Mortrick is there with like 2 piles of books stacked as high as he is, with a young woman sitting next to him, just kind of like nervously drawing Mortrick in her notebook. Mortrick appears to be reading the same story over and over again. All these books have very similar titles. So the young woman says something in Gnomish, Rick Jackson. She says, "Hello, welcome to." So yeah, she doesn't have an accent in this. "Hello, welcome to the Royal Library. Can I help you?"
Thanks for the welcome. We've actually come to just see how our friend is doing. He's been here for a short time, but we want to just check up on him.
Oh yes, your crab got loose.
Our crab. Now I would know what crab meant, right?
Yes, you would.
I was like, yeah, and you know what? That's a good term for him. He is our pet crab. But we just want to make sure that he's not causing any problems because he's a troublemaker. He causes
I
problems
kept an eye
everywhere.
on him.
Yeah, you kept an eye on him?
She adjusts her glasses in the process. They shine in the faint light as she adjusts them.
I see. You kept 2 eyes on him, I see.
Does she literally push her glasses in and they like shine over?
Yeah, exactly.
Shing!
100% anime.
Yeah. Diagonal. Shing! Yeah. All right.
What
do
is
you,
this horrible two-faced monstrosity you guys have drawn out here? I thought it was the same thing until I noticed it had 2 noses and 2 mouths.
No, I wanted to draw something different, and then I just didn't bother erasing. You never erase; you just start a new layer.
I feel like I learned so much watching you.
It's kind of like a Picasso.
Is this Argon over here? Is that what I'm looking at?
Yeah, sort of. Like
He looks like such a fuck boy.
I'm trying to make him a little more charismatic, a little less fuckboy, but it's hard.
Don't worry, it's 100% accurate.
You just draw the fuckboy version next to that one.
Yeah.
you draw him, and then you draw the Yowie version of him.
God damn it.
It's got little sparkles everywhere.
I'll put in some sparkles.
Oh, look, Charles. I'm sorry that I got your boy into Yowie, but in 6 months' time, when that's all he's drawing, don't complain to me. It's technically Mick's fault.
Isn't it?
You did draw sparkles.
Oh yeah.
Oh, lately I can't even handle this show. All right. You found your Mortrick and collected him from the library.
Do I have to go? Hey, Rick Jacks, I don't think she understands what closing time is. Can you ask her what time the library closes?
All right, so I'll ask her what time the library closes,
Just as the library never closes.
and I'll let Martrick know.
Sweet,
Orchard,
just
what-
pick me up in the morning.
Yeah, what are you doing? I mean, what's your plan here? What do you know?
I'm just doing some light reading is all. Look, I found this other book. I'm waiting for her to fall asleep, but check this out. And I'll like flash the fairy book at the two of them. And then I'll hide it real fast before she notices.
Yeah, okay. What stories are you reading?
I don't know. They're super boring right now. I like found this comedy version. It's kind of put me off the whole thing. So I've just been relaxing with this Dance of the Dragons
Yeah,
thing. I'm gonna get back to the other stuff later. I haven't really found anything yet. I'll let you know in the morning.
yeah. Rick Jacks will take a look at the books, the stack of books, to see what he's been reading.
Yeah, there's like 20 versions of the Tale of the Fall of the Demon Lord.
Interesting, Mortrick. Okay, I'll look
Yeah,
forward to
let me
your
do
story in the morning.
Demon Lords, dime a dozen. Need a bad guy? Oh, it's a Demon Lord. They really need new material. It's pretty awful. But yeah, you know what? You guys just come back, pick me up in the morning. I'll be fine here. I'm good.
I think you're going to need to rest up. We might have a full day tomorrow.
Well, I'll just rest up tomorrow while you guys have a full day.
We might need you.
Wait,
I just looked over and I was going to say it from his hip.
I'm gonna need you to repeat that. Like Rick Jacks, you heard that, right?
Hey, you've healed me a few times. That's been pretty useful.
All right, it just
You do have some value, Mortrick, so it would be good if you were with the group.
every once in a while. Okay, well, what time is it right now? Like in the grand scheme of things.
It's time for you to get
Well,
some
hey,
rest.
Rick, ask her how long she's gonna be here. If like the library never closes, when does she go off duty? No, wait, she lives in the library. Never mind. It's fine. I'll just sleep here tonight.
All right, I'll look at now it's a gnome, right? Deep gnome.
Yes.
And I'll say my friend finds you very attractive and wants to know when you're getting off work tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, he's not so bad looking for a human, I guess. Unfortunately, I'm not interested, but I am getting off work in about 6 hours.
All right, so I'll let Mortrick know she's not interested off work at 6 hours.
She's not interested in being off work.
No, she's not
All right.
interested in a human.
Off
So
work in 6 hours. I'll leave in 6 hours. It's fine.
it's all right. Okay, all right. Because I think we should regroup and gain a little focus here. All right.
Please. Focus would just interfere with our system. We gotta play it fast and loose. We gotta stay nimble, keep on our toes. If we plan, we're setting ourselves up for failure. If you don't plan, you never fail.
I get close and I sort of say quietly, I think the wizard. I think he might be mad if you didn't actually pay him back with more work for what we're here for.
Or new plan, I find another wizard to pay off my debt to this wizard.
I don't think that's going to be found in the books. I don't understand why you're here. We'll find another lead, other places. I don't think even if you did find evidence of this artifact in the books, who knows if it's still valid?
It's fairy tales, Kaz. Everything is fairy tales, man. Like, listen, we're a band of unique, quirky, fun-loving murder heroes. Like, that's a fairy tale thing right there. So we're gonna find our answers in the fairy tales. Like,
What happens
how
is,
many times?
while Mortrick is talking, we get a split screen of Argon explaining adventuring life to somebody at the same time. They're just equally meta together.
What you don't want to end up, Kaz, is in a mercenary group. All right, and like, no one wants to be there. You don't want to be there.
I'm not worried about being in a mercenary group. I am worried about you being rested and ready to go on maybe a patrol tomorrow.
Oh, I'm always ready.
Are you though?
I mean, am I dead? Have I
So,
ever died? All
Rick
the
Jacks, the librarian, is just like, I'm sorry, I'm not following any of this conversation. Is he leaving anytime soon?
You know, for a human, he's very hard for even all of us to understand. So we
Do you
just
want me to get one of the palace guards? We can have him removed.
no. I think he's harmless, but he's just off on his own path. That's all. But
Okay.
but he's harmless. He's a good guy at heart.
So you notice that the drawings that she's making aren't just drawings. She's making a bestiary of Mortrick. And she writes harmless, good at heart. It seems like she's basing all humans on her one encounter with Mortrick.
Nice.
Oh my.
She's drawing the way she thinks his muscles work. It's not accurate.
Jokes on her. I don't have any of those. And even if I did, I don't think they'd look like that.
Long and stringy.
I prefer wiry. I'm wiry.
I don't think that's even better.
I don't know. I always thought wiry kind of just meant like, lean and fit, right? Yeah.
Like Brad Pitt in Fight Club, I look like that, but just if I didn't eat food or ever exercise.
So basically, the other guy from Fight Club.
Yep, pretty much.
All right, Rick Jacks. Well, we've done our duty.
I agree. Let's go. I think we should trade in Mortrick for Argon. What do you think?
I'm seriously considering, or maybe.
Hey guys, this cool thing though, I found this thing where there is this one story where there are actually 5 people in the group instead of 4 people. That is a terrible version. You don't want to do that. You don't want that 5th person. He's a jerk. I don't think anyone would like him. He's just kind of there as like comedy relief and doesn't add anything. And it was actually terrifying. It was supposed to be a comedy, but it was deeply terrifying.
But if we recruit Argon, that makes you the 5th person.
Who's Argon? Would I like this guy?
You would get along smashingly with this guy.
All right.
We cut to a split screen of Argon sneezing for no apparent reason.
And Runa getting a splitting headache.
I'm like in the middle of the story, so I will see you back at Shay Rick Jackse in the morning or whatever. They
All right.
call it.
All right.
All right, Mortrick.
Are you
Find your-
sure I don't need to get the royal guards to have him removed? He doesn't seem like he's leaving.
He's not leaving.
No, he's not leaving, and unless he's breaking your rules, I mean, it's up to you. But we're gonna leave.
No. I just thought you said he was leaving, but now he's not leaving. I'm sorry. I don't speak common, so it's not clear to me what's happening.
Yeah, I'll just tell her no. That we thought we'd be able to negotiate with our friend and get him to come with us, but he's pretty adamant staying here, so we're
right.
letting him do his thing.
All right. You guys head off to go back to head to sleep?
I
All right.
want to while I'm reading these versions, I'm gonna be taking notes.
Yeah. Mortrick, can I have you make an intelligence check real quick?
And also take notes.
And also take notes. Intelligence. Boop. Fantastic.
Okay. You have trouble keeping it all together. I mean, there are some basics, but you do get the 5 items and the names of the members of the party. And it's weird because there's a lot of parallels between some members of the party and the members that you have in your party as well. Dunslow is very much like Rick Jacks. Ravanaver has a lot of Runa tendencies to you, and Oster is a lot like Cazador. You're not sure who you're like, though. You're definitely not like Hollow. Not that guy. Meanwhile, the rest of you wake up in the morning. Mortrick has not returned, Runa. The children of the Jack's estate appear to be outside doing morning calisthenics and stretching basic physical exercises.
Is
I'll join them.
Talta out there?
You mean
The Talta.
The young drow, Natalta.
Rufio?
Yeah, I called him Rufio before. Yeah.
It's Natalta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said the Talta, right?
I thought you said Talta. I was like,
Might have cut out. Yeah,
It's
now-
definitely not Rufio, although I did like Rufio.
Yeah, Rufio was one of the best characters.
Yo, Rufio.
Rufio. Yeah.
Yeah, he's out there. So he and another slightly taller, slightly beefier male drow are all leading the exercises. So the two of them have the other 20 or so divided up.
Okay. I'll just kind of stand to the side and do my own like warm up exercises, kind of going over the moves I learned yesterday, as well as just general stretching.
Okay. So both of the two taller drow that are leading it seem to get distracted from time to time and are watching you work out. Like you're doing some totally different stuff from them. Now, come on now. Come on. Not everything has to be about being super thirsty.
They're young.
that
Their
pose?
hormones are strong.
But yeah, they're just super interested in your different way of working out. Although there may be some kind of childish admiration for you.
Mm-hmm.
What's this role?
It's for me.
Okay.
I get distracted by them just kind of watching over me and ask a couple of them to come over if they want to learn or kind of me teach them some of the poses.
Yeah, Natalta like is just like yes, and then moves over immediately. At that point, basically everybody comes over to you, except for the one guy who's left there, the tallest, biggest one, who
Yeah.
continues working out in his way and kind of seems irritated a little bit towards Natalta. So all of them are willing to like watch you. Even the like youngest are attempting to match your poses in ways that people who have never worked out in this way before at the age of like 5 are capable of doing.
Okay, well, since I can't speak the language, I'll just kind of oversee how they're doing the poses, make my corrections, and then
So they all speak common.
oh, they all speak common. Great.
Yes.
Then I'll kind of just show them how the poses work and what they're meant for, and do a couple of demonstrations for them.
Okay. Yeah. They're 100% down with it. Go ahead and make a persuasion check real quick. I want to see how good you are at teaching.
I'm so good at persuasion, you guys.
For those of you at home, not only did Runa roll a 1, but she has a -2 to persuasion. She has a -1 to this. Morning classes have been totally disturbed. The kids are now fighting each other like, "Wah! Wah!" They're taking the way of the open fist that your family and your people have studied for hundreds of years in order to learn the spiritual physicality of the human body and turning it into a game where they just push each other over in the dirt. It's a disaster, and the only person whose attention you still have is Natalta.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't have any presence.
I really don't, which is really weird because my main character I play has literally a 20 for his his charisma, so it's a completely different ball game for me.
What an epic fail.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a good thing this wasn't a pivotal moment.
Yeah.
Okay, well, since Natalta's the only one actually paying attention, I'll go over it with him in depth, more of a one-on-one kind of thing.
All right, yeah. At some point, the matron comes out and reorganizes the class with a few words and a harsh stare, and everyone falls in behind a young man that they refer to as Kalik.
Hmm.
Natalta sticks with you, and in between exercises, asks you questions about knighthood and chivalry.
Hmm.
I mean, do you answer him? And if so, do
I
you
can
know
tell
anything
him-
about it?
I don't really know any. I could probably guess at what knighthood is, like the general idea of it, but
Okay.
as far as what it is, I have no idea. I
Okay.
can talk more about what it is to be courageous and find worth within oneself rather than in a title, but that's about it.
All right. Interesting. Around this time, Cazador, Rick Jacks, you you can hear all of the goings on outside. The matron has a breakfast left for 4 people placed into the guest house for all of you. But of course, by the time you come down, Runa has come back inside, with a good workout sweat, but there's still no Mortrick.
More trick is this you in a circle, or
Yep.
those are some big ass feet?
I thought that was
Mostly harmless.
Mostly harmless. Nice.
This is the Leonardo da Vinci self-portrait.
Figure this is what she's been sketching on while we're there.
Got it.
So, team back at the chateau.
Yeah, I'll probably eat a little bit after the morning workout.
Yeah, it's a lot of vegetables, mostly in soup form. A lot of grains mixed in as well. It's just kind of like oatmeal with carrots and peas. It's not super appetizing.
Keeps you warm. Pretty good stuff.
I'll eat that and then a little bit of the rations that I have.
Okay. Yeah, Cazador and Rick Jacks both smell like they went to a bar. So
Wonderful. Any of you know where Mortrick is?
Oh, yeah, he's at the library. Probably.
Still?
Yeah, I guess so.
He was adamant about staying on his own. We tried to bring him back, but
Yeah.
he didn't want to come back.
Not sure what his deal was, really, but that's the way it is right now.
You can see my concern with leaving Mortrick by himself.
Yeah, maybe you could try to convince him. Who knows?
Okay. I'll head over there after my meal.
I'll come along.
Yeah, sure, I'll go too. At this point.
Shouldn't you
Um,
guys try to find us some employment? I mean, I don't know when we can do such things, but it might behoove us to inquire while I grab Mortrick, or try to grab Mortrick.
Well,
Rick
let's
Jacks,
go
I'm
get
with you.
Mortrick and I would think let's go get Mortrick and then we'll go find ourselves some mercenary work or patrol work.
Right.
But as a group, I think we're better off if we do it together.
Right. All right. Well, let's head over there then.
when you arrive, Mortrick is now sitting across from a young man, a young dwarven man, who appears to be very irritated with Mortrick. He stands up when you enter and starts speaking Gnomish, and then switches to Dwarven, and then switches to Common, and says, welcome, masters. Can I ask, what are you looking for?
Someone you don't need here anymore, particularly that man over there.
Yeah, right. I don't need him here anymore.
Has it been more than 6 hours?
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
been almost 10 hours since Mortrick came into the library.
Okay.
Mortrick, it's time to go.
Mortrick looks exhausted. Dark circles under his eyes. He hasn't eaten or drank anything in over 10 hours.
You guys, I'm on to something. I think I know everything there is to know about this, and it is going to blow your mind. We are after this dude's measure of fixation. Did you know that? Rabadaver, Hammerdammer? I don't know what his name is. Anyway, it's a thing of fixation, and there's like 5 of them, and is it time for
Yes.
breakfast yet?
Yeah, you
Yes,
missed it.
all of those things. Perhaps we should get you home. How does that sound?
Oh, Rick Jacks, do you have a library card? I want to take this one with me.
I don't have a library card, Mortrick.
Can you get a library card? I want to take this one with me.
Hi, you could get a library card. Do you have proof of residence?
How would I have proof? My name is Rick Jacks, so I own the House Jacks complex.
Hi, anyone can say that. Do you have a signet ring?
I don't have the ring, but I have my heirlooms.
anyone can buy heirlooms. Maybe you've got your stub tax, the piece of paper they give you when you give your blood tax.
Not yet. We've just newly arrived.
Well, you can go pay the blood tax anytime you want.
Mordric, no library card for you.
Oh, I don't want to leave it. I don't want to leave it behind. You guys, I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
I didn't think you liked school so much. I'm surprised you have such an affection for these books.
I'm just gonna pass out.
As soon as I try to say something, he just passes out, and I'll be like, "Oh, thank God!" And
All
then
right,
I'll-
look, here's the deal. I'm sorry to trouble you, but if you don't remove him, I'm gonna have to call the royal guards. And
As he's saying that, I'm literally picking Mortrick up.
Now, how are we talking here? We're talking fireman carry,
Fireman
princess
carry.
carry. Okay, all right. So over the shoulders then.
Yep.
Okay, he's ragdolling it.
Sorry for all the trouble.
He smells horrible. He's been traveling for a week. He hasn't taken a bath. He still keeps trying to use
Relying on-
prestidigitation.
Let's throw him in the bath.
It's not a bad idea.
I like them up too.
But he will be useless to us if we do any work today. Do you realize that?
Yeah, another day of rest between the 7 days travel that we've had won't do us any harm.
Yeah. Honestly, it would probably help us in the long run. All right, so I'll take him all the way back to the house and throw him on the bed, I guess.
Okay.
Oh,
That, I was gonna say that's when the music starts playing.
Not everything is sexual, guy.
I know the way you said it was so perfectly.
Kaz, I think we should go.
get out of here. Okay. We didn't know.
Like talk
Truly the definition of hate fucking.
I'll turn around and be like, oh, and then walk right through both of them.
We've already left.
Portrick, can I get you make another intelligence saving throw now that you're asleep on a bed?
Ooh, that's a little better.
All right. It's not super clear to you which book you read it in, right? Because you're pulling this together in dreams. You're not even certain if it's real or not. But for some reason, your brain has come to associate this last member of the party, Hollow, with Mardrovian the Wizard Lord. Or more correctly, the Wizard Lord of Mardrovian. You're like, oh, is this the same guy? Is our boss like Hollow? Is that who he is? I'm sure that's it. I'm sure. And then you like wake up.
What time is it? Hello.
Let's talk about the rest of you. What do you guys do for those 8 hours while he's sleeping off his library intoxication?
We were gonna go look for employment for the mercenary as mercenaries, I guess. I don't know if there's
Okay. I mean, are you looking for mercenary work?
Yeah.
Okay, so the auction district.
So you head to the auction district.
Yeah.
There is a lot going on here. Magic items, heirlooms, estate lots, and the services of people are all being bargained here. And people are, like selling themselves. You can see Argon is nearby, and he's just like, anyone need a sexy drow to come along and kill their enemies?
Hey, Argon.
50 gold a day. Oh, hey, it's you. Cazador, right?
50 gold a day?
Oh, for my services? I should
Yeah.
be charging twice that much.
I'm sure.
50 gold a day is just what I charge for smiling at the ladies.
They pay it, I'm sure, huh?
No. I pay them quite a bit. Can't take it with you.
Slim pickings today or what?
Well, it just comes and goes whether people want to hire you to kill people or not.
It is a thing that comes and goes.
I'm somewhat well known for my lack of finesse, but then again, not everybody's looking for that. Sometimes you need a guy to open traps or listen to a bad guy monologue and talk about his villainous plan to unleash the crystal dragon of Mathalia. Sometimes you just got to put an axe through his neck.
So how does this work? Mercenaries just shout into the street and get jobs? Or is there
Sure, I mean, that's the bad way to do it, like me. I mean, if you know somebody around here, you could probably get a little something, or if you're interested in it, you head to the auction house and see if anybody's looking for something specific.
Yeah, that's where we were headed.
Yep.
Well, I have to tell you, there's a patrol heading to the Hall of the Underthanes soon, so that's where the work's going to be.
And
Appreciate the information.
that's at the auction house, or that's someplace else?
Oh, the Hall of the Underthanes, well, it was a clan Shadow Spinner outpost, but some people say that it's an orc outpost now.
Well, we'll have to see. We'll see what they say at the auction house then.
All right. Well, let me tell you something. If you're looking for a good auction house, you pick that one over there. And he points and says, that's Renell Auction House. They only sell the premium goods there. If someone was to buy me, that's where they'd do it.
Okay.
You're here on the street. Why aren't you in there trying to sell yourself?
Oh, well, if I had a party, I could, more ably. They don't take solos.
All right. Well, good luck in your search.
So he breathes in deeply and he's just like, thank you. Then he draws himself up to his full height and flexes. He's just like, 50 gold a day. Kill your enemies.
So let's go head over to that auction house.
So at the auction house, it becomes pretty apparent immediately that the woman who's the auctioneer is wielding the measure of fixation. She's got a ruler and is immediately assessing the value of everything inside the auction house. It's just like, this is a classical painting brought back from one of the lost colonies. Normally, people would place its value at around 1,800 gold pieces. However, in the current market economy, it's worth 1950. Do I hear at least 1950? So, yeah, people are starting to bid on this immediately. And she's waving the ruler around.
So is she, can we tell if there's any magic? Is she literally casting a spell, perhaps? Because we've seen this type
It's
of
hard to
technique
tell,
before.
man, but you know that this thing is like a super powerful magical artifact.
Do we notice that right away? That what it is?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
From any reasonable description of the item being a ruler, you know that this is definitely it.
Got it.
Like a description of her. Does she seem
Her.
businesslike?
Okay. So she is a rather tall dark elf. She's got kind of silvery blue hair, blonde eye color. It's actually very weird. It glows in the dark here. And she's wearing a surfacer dress, like a sundress.
Huh.
It's kind of, I would say, willowy. That's just for your thing, Mick. That's like wiry but more feminine.
Your kind of girl.
Oh,
So-
is that what he said too? I didn't know he settled on any one thing.
Yeah, I don't cut anyone out. I'm up for anything.
He's like, fangs, no
Says-
fangs. It doesn't matter to me.
Says the virgin.
Cat tails, cat ears,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's right. I forgot.
Says the virgin, yeah.
I don't think Mick is though. All right. Look.
I'll give her cat ears right now and a tail.
Your circles in a triangle.
All right, so is there anyone nearby? If there is, I'll just ask, who's the auctioneer? Who's in charge? What's her name?
That's Destalka the Bard. I can see why you're so interested in her. She's very good at her job, I mean to say.
I see.
Yeah, she's been rising in fame lately.
And when did she arrive in town?
Oh, she's been around for a few years, but
Mhm.
she recently gained control of the auction house when her partners died.
How long ago?
Oh, the first partner died 6 or 7 months ago. Then the other two died maybe 5 and 3 months ago.
It's a shame.
They said it was overwork.
Overwork, yeah. I mean, she is
They were
does seem
found
very
clutching
busy.
that thing in their hand, and he points to the ruler.
It's an interesting looking ruler.
Well, whatever floats her boat.
Yes, I agree.
Did you actually draw a caddy or something? It's just terrible. Never underestimate an artist.
Yeah, don't not tell them to do.
Who
something.
is this drawing, though?
I don't know. I just saw what Connor was doing. I thought, oh, that's neat. I'll do one too.
Well, Connor, who were you drawing?
I mean, sometimes you just go off on your own.
Sometimes you just go off on your own and draw cat. You're such a tail.
Yup.
Yeah.
What do we have going on tonight?
Lots of things.
Whole bunch of stuff.
Things.
God, I can't imagine what it's going to be like when all 4 of us are drawing.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Gonna be-
amazing.
Pretty good nonsense.
We're gonna need like 10,000 by 10,000.
Is
Yeah.
there a way to let AP host it? Because then you move the
Yes.
canvas around.
Yeah, but I'm not big on that. I like to concentrate my full efforts on running the game. It's actually a really rare treat for me to not have to focus on moving the map around.
Yeah. I wonder if I could open like a second instance then, so that there could be a drawing service and a display service. All right, we'll have to try it. We'll have to mess around with it.
We'll figure it out.
So I'm trying to see. Well, I want to make an appraisal. Is she being business-like? Like, what is her demeanor?
Oh, 100% professional, crisp, cold,
Okay.
modern shark
Yeah.
would be a correct appraisal. You've probably never met anyone this good at an auctioneering in your entire life. Her appraisals are dead set. She moves between customers at high speed and never fumbles a bid.
And so, how does this kind of place work? Does she owns the place, and does she delegate, say, mercenary work to someone else to hand out, or what would you
Yeah,
say?
make an investigation check real quick.
All right.
Alrighty.
Always known for my good investigation checks.
Yep.
Yeah, you move through the room and try to listen in. It's just like trying to interrupt at any auction house. You're like, oh, hey, how's this? You some guy elbows you and like, shut up, and throws his bid number up. Yeah, you're not fairly well respected here, Mr. Dwarf. And not knowing what you're doing at the best auction house in the whole city is not a great place to be.
Yeah.
It's not that anyone's being exceptionally rude to you. It's that everyone thinks you're being the rude one.
Right. I'm being the rude one.
Wow, it's really easy to convince you of that.
Are there
Well,
just people all over the place?
It's like if you're walking through Wall Street or whatever. If you don't know what you're doing, like get out of the room.
Well, they won't even let you on the floor if you don't know what you're doing. But yeah, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
There's probably less than 100 people here, but most of the bidding is on recovered artifacts. So it looks like groups of wandering travelers and mercenaries go to these former gnomish holds and bring back artifacts of particular interest, and then bring back what's called a salvage bid, so that people can buy that location and like turn it into a vacation home.
Are there any people here that look particularly like they are mercenaries?
Yes, the people who are selling the items.
Got it. So can I watch how they walk through the areas to try to get work and mimic what they're trying to do?
Yeah. So some of these mercenaries are being approached by people during the bidding process, and they're like nodding, and they make a few gestures. And it looks like if you become a known mercenary group around here, people will come to you and ask you to like, oh, I heard that my family once had a lot in, you know, like off the 7th Lost Colony. Because you head there and, you know, clear it out, and they'll be like, okay, here's our, you know, price estimate, and then we get half the stuff there as salvage, and they negotiate from there. Just based on your look, make a charisma saving throw to see if you attract anybody, Runa, because you're actively looking for work here.
So good at that.
Yep.
Fuck, dude.
Wow, a 0. What's even better is that isn't a roll of a 1.
No, I did not.
So you must have got what, a 2 on the roll?
I did get
Yeah.
a 2 on the
You
roll.
got a 2 on the roll. Yeah, you like
Freaking Swedish dice.
you stand alone and you're like, yeah, I'll look very impressive and attract some clientele. People just go around you like a school of fish around a rock.
So if Rick Jackson and Kaz, you know, follow his lead, do we get an advantage on that roll? Another chance?
I
Another
mean,
chance?
acting like Runa will not get you an advantage.
Yeah. Rick Jackson, I mean, this is your place. Or this is your hometown. Why don't you try and look around and see if who we should talk to?
Yes,
So are
that would be
there-
more interesting.
we want to find buyers of the mercenaries, though, basically. So is there anyone that looks like they're a buyer of mercenary services?
Yeah, there are plenty of people in here looking to buy mercenary services.
All right. I'm going to pick a random one nearby and go up
Alright.
and speak with them.
Make a charisma saving throw.
All right. Hold on. I got to go switch screens. And my charisma's not so good either, but here we go. A little bit.
Double
All right.
digits.
You approach him and he doesn't immediately ask who the fuck you are. He says, yes. So it's a pretty sizable, I would say, rotund, double-chinned dark elf. Not dark elf, deep gnome. He's trying to cover it with like a thin beard that's not working out for him. And he's got like a little bowler cap. It looks like his clothes, rather than being made of the traditional dark materials from around here, are made from shadow silk and have been dyed like very bright colors. He says, yes, can I help you?
Yeah, my friends and I'll look at Runa and Kaz and wave them over. I go, there's 4 of us that we've come to town recently, and we're looking for to offer our services.
There's only 3 of you.
The 4th, he's resting today.
That is less than optimal. What is the name of your group?
We're the Drawn Blades.
I've never heard of you.
No, like I said, we're new to the Underdark, but we've been on the surface world for quite a while.
Is this in common, by the way?
It will be now, since you brought it up.
So he switches from gnomish back to common then when you switch to common.
Yeah.
So I say, well, we did clear the path out to the surface.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's something that might be useful to you guys.
So that's
I
on our...
heard that the patrols did that.
Well, we took care of the Zorn. I didn't see any patrol take care of that.
Do you have any proof of that?
We had a flask of its blood, but we sold it.
So no.
Yeah, he actually just licks his lips for a moment and just looks at you. Okay. I don't know you, but I'll tell you what, I'm willing to give you a shot. And by that, I mean I need to get a little street credit from you. There's an expedition going out today. I want you to get there before them. Clear it out.
We can do that.
Yeah,
Okay. That means you're going to need to leave shortly.
That's not a problem.
Well,
All right.
where is it that we're going? What's the particulars of this mission?
It's called the Hall of the Underthing. I don't know what's in it, but whatever it is, I want it. And I'm willing to give you half of whatever you find in there.
The fuck are you? God damn it.
All right, so I'll look through the guys.
For some
and
reason,
what
you
you
became an Irish dwarf instead of a
Right?
geek.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you? There was a firefight!
Why don't you make like a tree and get the fuck out?
That's a good movie.
All right, so but this is all in common now, right?
Yes.
So
Do you
I'll
have a
look
map or
to.
any kind of information.
What was that, Runa?
So do you have a map or any kind of information to this hall?
I can get you a map there.
Perfect. Any information you can get us will aid us.
I don't know what's in it. No one does. Supposedly, it's a clan shadow spinner outpost.
Wonderful.
But what's important is someone wants what's in it, which means I want it first.
What items are in particular are you looking for? Everything that's in the
You bring back whatever you can carry. I take half of it, and then you've earned my trust. And then we can talk about you doing more work for me. More lucrative work. The kind of
And
stuff you need plans for.
And your name is?
Why don't you just call me Herrick for now?
Hiddick. Perfect. And we can find you here when the job is done.
Oh yeah, I'll be here.
Gentlemen?
All right, so we'll get a map from you. How far? What's the travel time for this mission?
So it looks like the Hall of the Underthane's located 2 days straight down, but it is located through a lava flow. It looks like the hall is surrounded by a volcano, an underground volcano.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go pick up some. Well, I'm gonna go back, drop off some stuff, so I can lighten my load.
If you guys wouldn't mind carrying on another person, this might get dicey. So, your friend, the one from outside, the loud one, the one that reminds me of Mortrick, taking him along might be a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to pay for it, that's fine with me. I'm gonna go back and drop off some stuff. Let's see.
You're gonna drop off the kids at the pool.
Yeah. Now I have an inventory. If I want to keep stuff, but then I'm leaving it here, what do you want me to do with that?
Just mark it down as, being held at the Jack's estates.
Okay. Are we gonna take? I was thinking we were going to pick up Mortrick. Pick up Mortrick.
Do you let Mordrick get a full 8 hours of blissful rest first?
How long has he been asleep now?
Less than an hour?
We need to leave as soon as possible.
Yeah. Well,
You
Yeah,
could just
whatever you
throw
guys.
him in the back of the cart and have the mule drag him, right?
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, we got 2 days. He could rest up between those days.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
I mean,
Are
he put
you
himself.
trying to hire Argon? Remember,
I'm-
he costs 50 gold pieces a day, which means with a 2-day travel time,
Yep.
it's going to be at least 200 gold.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Maybe Natalta.
No, he's not ready.
Well, then I suppose we'll have to do it on our own. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, it's never.
In the background, Natalta is shedding one single tear, but he doesn't laugh. He's never been more ready, he thinks.
Yeah, he thinks.
Ready enough. What's he got? What's he got? Like in the way of equipment or whatever.
He doesn't have anything. That's why he asked for arms and armor.
Oh, I forgot that. Okay.
Yeah.
Just 2 daggers.
I mean, I do have a chainmail, spare chainmail.
All I'm hearing is, let's get Natalta on board. Let's make him a knight. I'm sure that a dwarvish chainmail will fit a tall dark elf. Be like a little mini tee for him.
You're gonna give him your what's that? What's the pick? You're gonna give him a pick as a weapon?
Yeah.
We're increasingly becoming a Yowie band.
I love that you'll cover his lungs, but not any of the good internal organs in his lower body.
Yeah.
All right, so I agree. Let's go get Mortrick. Let's get our gear that we need. And
I would love a manga yaoi cover of this party of everybody just being like super shiny, extremely handsome. Rune is like in the background, standing on a cliff as like a breeze flows past her.
We need rations before we go.
That's right. You have no food. That's
No food.
because, and I know that because Connor had to eat raw wheat.
That's right. Hey, I offered to buy some as soon as we got here, but two gold at a time. So
A lot of money.
what's the price now?
The same amount.
All right, buy 10.
Okay, that's 20 gold.
20 gold.
How many could I fit in my bag last time? It was like 30 or something.
Each one is 2 pounds, and the bag can carry 60 pounds, I think.
So 30. Yeah. I'll buy. So at 30, it's 60 gold.
Okay.
I'll buy 30.
Kaz, can you? How much was your gold? I mean, how much was your rations, Kaz?
I had 0.
I don't
You-
even know.
you
What you're
just bought
drawing
some,
now.
right?
What is this thing?
I don't know.
You just
Sorry?
bought some, right?
Yeah. Now I bought 10.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go talk to. Guys. I'll be right back. And then, do I have to go to the guy who's in charge of the city, or is it the Securitat that would have my estate tax, estate money?
You can go to any bank.
Any bank?
Yeah,
All right.
and withdraw your cash. Yeah.
All right. So I want to go to the bank and withdraw 50 gold.
All right. Yeah. You show your, one of your heirloom swords, and they let you take your money out.
Okay. And then I come back and I want to, and it's 10 gold. No, yeah, 10 gold for 5.
Yep.
All right. I'll buy 10 days of rations.
1/3 alpaca, 1/3 snake, 1/3 monkey.
So what is that? That's 20. I got 30 gold. Mortrick, you need rations.
What? I'm here. Are we up? I need to go back to the library.
Yeah, I'll buy Mortrick rations too. So 5 more days for Mortrick.
Is it by the way, copper turn is 10 copper,
always
1 silver?
Yeah.
Yep.
The exchange is always 10.
Yeah.
10 copper for one.
Except for Electrum pieces. That's where it gets
yeah,
weird.
except for Electrum. Yeah.
Electrum is 5 gold.
10 copper for 1 silver. 10
Never
silver
makes
for 1
any
gold.
sense. Electrum is literally gold and silver mixed in its natural form. Why would impure gold be worth more than actual gold?
Because reasons.
All right. So that should give me 20 gold left, right?
Who is this drawing of this elf woman that looks like she wants to disdain on Mortrek for me real quick?
That's
Every
meant
woman
to
ever.
be the auctioneer.
Oh, Distalka?
Yeah.
she used the measure of fixation.
I was gonna start drawing it.
It was like, I am disappointed by what I see.
You guys don't measure up.
We really could have made a Knight's Tale reference here, but
I don't know if I remember that movie enough.
I
to make
recently
it.
watched that, but I don't
come
remember
on now. Everybody remembers a Knight's Tale.
It is good.
It is
It
good.
was one of Rebecca and I's first date movies.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, that is a good
Yeah.
choice.
You know, I know somebody who did what's
I have
that?
nothing snarky to say about that.
Mhm.
Boogie Nights. That was their first date movie, and I'm just like, what were you thinking? The worst choice you could possibly make.
I don't think that's the worst choice you can make, but
Yeah,
it's not towards the top. Oh, come on. There's much worse date movies that you could pick.
Dude, where's my car?
At least that might be funny. I mean, jeez.
You're right. It might be funny.
But it won't be.
It wasn't, but it might be.
I'm not sure Boogie Nights was funny.
I don't think Boogie Nights is supposed to be a comedy.
No.
Is Footloose still the greatest movie ever made? I don't think it ever was. All right, so let's talk about rations. Let's talk about who doesn't have them. More trick.
No, I got Mortrick 5 days of rations.
Okay, all right. That's good. You have exactly enough rations to get there, do the deed, and get back. And if there's any emergencies, you'll have to Cazador it.
That's right.
That's my new favorite.
Only if you have the cart full of wheat.
Or fall into a trap, or
I'll tell you, you have to have the cart full of wheat to pull it.
That's Cazador.
That's so Kaz.
God, that's gonna be the worst sitcom ever. Oh, Kaz.
I'd watch it.
I'd watch
Of
it.
course,
too.
I'd probably be the one writing it. So
True.
Let's do that. One night we should just do an episode of That's So Kaz instead of the show.
I mean, there is a tabletop RPG called Action Movie World where you play actors who are playing characters in an action movie. And when your character dies, you get to take on a secondary GM role where you play like the explosion director or something like that. Like you can just pitch in at any time and be like, "There's a fucking massive explosion everywhere, Tropic Thunder style."
Oh God, please
Yeah, it's
don't let
pretty
Mortrick die.
Yeah, so you guys are setting out then. You've got everything you want as you head to the Hall of the Underthane. Okay, so as you know, you're going to be a couple of hours ahead of an expedition that is behind you. So
Okay.
what kind of pace are you setting to get to the Hall of the Underthane?
A fast one.
Okay.
I guess
Who-
it's set by, because I'm the slowest, so I think it'll have to be set by me.
Well, you can you have the cart to offset that,
Okay.
right?
You
Like
ride the cart?
you can ride the donkey or the cart in order to offset your slow speed. So you're going to be capable of moving at let's see here. All right, you can cut it down to a day and a half. I will need to know who is leading the pack here in general.
I will.
I've got a fair
Okay.
bit of experience
Right
in
up.
the dark, but
Yeah, you could probably see better than I do. And
All
plus,
right,
you're
Kaz.
yeah. Anyway,
Oh yeah, we're still in the Underdark, aren't we?
yeah.
I'm going to need you to make a survival check at disadvantage.
All right.
Who, me or Kaz?
No, Cazador, because
Okay.
he's the one.
Leading. I did take a point in the survival, or a few points. Did
I
it
don't
roll?
let you take points in anything anymore. You got an 11. Yeah, the party moves along at a pretty good speed. You have a few encounters along the way with like spiders, and at one point you fight a bear. But this is old news for you. You guys are like top tier bear killers, so it's no big deal.
When we're killing the bear, I'm like, I tell you guys, every single time there's a bear. Every single time. Wait, do we still have the bear traps in the wagon?
You
Oh,
do.
you left him. Oh, I thought you left him behind.
You
Let's
have.
let's
if
set the
more
bear
tricks
traps
sit-
out.
If they are in your inventory right now, you have them.
I
Okay.
think they might be. Let's set the bear traps out for the party behind us.
Let's not do that.
Why not? And then on the way back, we come back through, we're like, oh no, guys, what happened? They're like, oh, our horse died because it got hit by bear traps. And we're like, oh, we'll help you out for a price. They never
somebody
have to
gets-
know.
We,
Or
are,
somebody
we
gets
weren't.
killed and we get blamed for it.
Yeah, we weren't told to kill any adventuring parties. That's extra.
What I didn't say kill the adventuring party. We're at best maiming their horse. Or
At
worse.
best.
depending on
Have you
which-
seen how things turn out for us when you plead the plague?
They probably don't have a horse in the Underdark.
What
Just
are they?
saying.
Oh, they have. You guys have crabs, right? Which, like, let me just tell you right now, Rick Jacks, that means something completely different upstairs.
Most likely displacer beasts. Anyways, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
I think Displacer Police are a plains animal, not an Underdark animal.
Oh.
Don't quote me on that, though.
Sure
You
you're
all
wise or something.
arrive at the outskirts of the lava flow. You can place yourselves anywhere within that orange box.
Okay. First, I gotta be able to. There we go.
You will need to find a way to negotiate across this area before we kick this off. And of course, you've got your cart and your donkey.
Yep.
But let me know when you're all placed.
I'm fine where I am.
Cazador, you're like standing on some uneven rocks then?
Okay. but I'm over here.
Okay. I mean, I'm just pointing out there's some uneven rocks ahead of you. All right, Runa's standing on uneven rocks.
I don't have, or I have a my Ganassi feature where I don't get difficult terrain.
Yep. Okay, so as you all are waiting there, Bruna, you begin to feel oh shit. Oops.
Whoa.
What did
The
you
apocalypse.
From under us.
The floor is lava. And then the floor wasn't lava. Then it was lava again. Runa, you feel a strange sensation as if you were meeting an old friend again. And all of you are looking across the lava flow, and then suddenly out of nowhere, you don't even blink. A creature just appears in between spans of time for you.
Displacer beast. I thought those were
Times-
plains animals.
As time slows down, it appears to be a man made entirely out of... Oops. What the heck just happened?
He disappeared now too.
Yes, he
He's
did.
invisible.
From
Perception check.
Limbo.
Runa, you notice he has glowing red eyes.
Hmm.
This seems to be, in some part, perhaps the creature that you fought with before in your dream. It does a few martial arts motions, going through way of the open palm warm-ups, and then stops and goes. And that's where we end the campaign.
The campaign.
Ah!
Oh, until you get back, Mick.
Oh, like legit ending. No.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, I told Connor this last week that this was how it was going to end, and no one believed me. You can go and look back. I was talking about spoilers, and I
Episodes
literally
are all
said,
over.
remember when Runa took a monk stance and did a Matrix come at me during the Battle of the Lava Flow outside the Hall of the Underthane? It's
Yeah,
all
you did.
there. It's on Discord.
Foreshadowing.
It's not foreshadowing.
Yeah.
I literally just said it outright. All right, so everybody gets 400 experience points for the night.
Man, what are we at now?
I have a question from the Discord. Why did you guys walk away when you knew exactly where the ruler was?
Because there's no way we could get it. There's like so many people in there. How we just
Everybody-
pick up and be like, hey,
everybody's
give me this
curious. Like, you know where the measure of fixation is. You guys are like, all right, mercenary time. Let's go on
That's
an
right.
unrelated task so that we can get more work as mercenary. Don't worry. Only one audience member is questioning it. The rest of them are 100% on board.
Yeah. Yeah, they know why we're doing it.
I was like, it's fine. I'll just have to invent a whole side adventure now.
A side adventure you already had planned because Discord has proof of that.
Look, man, sometimes I just say stuff and it works out really well.
Uh-huh.
Pulling a more trick, right?
I'll tell you, what the hell is pulling a Bortrick at this point?
I don't know.
Could
Everything.
mean any-
Did
That's
I-
what's so beautiful about
Did I start a plague?
it. That's great.
But yeah, I didn't want to like legit start a battle in the middle of an auction house for this thing, and then everybody hate us.
Yeah, you just needed Rick Jacks to steal it, right?
Yeah.
They're not fine.
Yeah, we're gonna try next time. When Mick gets back.
We're all gonna die in this lava pit.
Yeah, hold that question until 3 months from now.
Okay, 4197, just in case you haven't done the math yet.
97. What's our next level?
6500.
Fuck.
Yeah, you're a ways off.
That's a hard grind.
Yeah, you're gonna have to kill a lot of things. It's real
Good
tough.
thing we went on this side quest.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I'm pulling us a couple minutes early because I just wanted to take a minute and ask, like how you guys thought the D&D aspect of the game was going. We're a bunch of episodes in.
Like, more
Can't believe we're like 17
retrospective.
episodes in.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, most D&D games on my channel last about 20 to 24 episodes, so this is actually a fairly long-running game.
Wait, what are we on now?
We're not even more tricks back.
17.
It's gonna be a while.
Wow.
We already did Mortrix's backstory. That was the beginning of the game.
Oh, that's right.
I still
mean-
feel like we're just starting out.
If you can consider
Yeah.
your college years your entire backstory.
Pretty much. That's when all the important stuff
Yeah, right.
happens.
I mean, we did for a moment have collectively what was it, like 40,000 gold? Just disappeared into Mortrix's debt.
Yeah.
4,000 gold.
4,000. Okay, 4,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, 40,000. I don't remember
I
having
thought it
that.
was a lot. I mean, I remember hearing it. I was like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I thought it's been great. It's been fantastic. This is my first
It's
time playing D&D.
fun.
It's been a lot. It's been a blast.
So I have a lot of fun. I'm not as good at role playing as you guys, clearly.
You're
I'm
also
missing.
known as the big art, huh? I've heard this one before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Shep.
I'm looking forward to the encounters. So
Uh-huh,
yeah,
uh-huh,
more encounters.
uh-huh, uh-huh.
Mhm.
More
Okay
reasons.
then. Well, I
How
can't.
are you enjoying it working with 4 artists?
I mean, I'm enjoying the artwork. Okay, that's what I'm.
Mhm.
I'm here for drow women with fangs. All right.
Yep.
I didn't know that I needed this in my life, but now I never want anything but that. Okay. let me just be perfectly clear. It's too hard to keep this up.
Ask and you shall receive. I mean, that's why you give the descriptions.
Look,
Right?
no, this is.
Exactly.
I think the best part about people drawing art live is that you get a very good look into their sense of humor.
Or lack thereof sometimes. But yeah. In my case, I mean.
What are you-
I just wonder if I can even get on Drawpile. I tried to sign on to the server again tonight and I can't.
We'll figure it out, you know? We'll figure
Yeah.
it out. And if not, we'll just have episodes where all the impetus is on you to draw all night and we'll all just watch you like hawks.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Very-
It won't be any different than normal, so yeah.
Mostly just staring.
So we're just gonna make characters next time.
So yeah, so next time Cotton will be joining us. I wouldn't say that Mick could be replaced because no one could fall to that level. But Cotton will be joining us in the pod. Man, sometimes I say some really mean things. You know, someone has read back comments I've made on the Discord to me, and I'm like, that doesn't sound like it's something I'd say in there. Like, this is a direct quote. And I'm like, well, I was being sarcastic. And they're like, yes, but what if someone read this and didn't know you were being sarcastic?
Out of context doesn't count.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. Out of context, I've said some pretty mean shit. I mean, in context, I've said some pretty mean shit.
Total XP is 4197.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Next time around, Cotton will be joining us. We'll be setting up Stars Without Numbers characters. Hopefully, everybody here has taken a look at the Stars Without Numbers document that I set up. Cotton, looking at you. Have you looked at the document? Also looking at the rest of you. I mean, Bearded, I assume you've read it.
I've
Oh,
been
like the
working
player's
on
handbook?
my guest
No, the primer that I made for the area. Like, this is where all
yeah.
the people are. No, you didn't read it yet.
I read
Okay.
that totally.
No,
I've
I
been
don't-
working on my
can't tell
guest
whether you're lying or not, but it's fine.
for Stars Without Number, and I
Roll
think
your
it's
dice.
going to be a traveling space minstrel.
It's
So you're
definitely
just going to play Mortrick in space.
God damn it.
I'll find it for you, Cotton, and I'll send it to you.
Please send
But
it to me.
anyway, Cotton,
Mick could be the arms dealer from Outlaw Star that we meet up with.
Fred
Fred
Lowe.
Lowe, no. No. Hard no.
All right, hold on. I have to
Wow,
look through that.
really? Why would you want to do that to him? No, it's fine, Cotton. Just remember, you're an official part of the cast now, so you need to start paying attention to the POW RPG chat.
Dun, dun, dun. Hey, do you want us to have our characters pre-planned? I know we were thinking about it a few weeks ago, or do you want us to roll up random? Because if
No, I'll walk you guys through character creation because
Yeah.
we're going to
Okay.
be together.
Perfect.
I mean, there's no reason you shouldn't look stuff up and have an idea of what you want to do, but
yeah, I had that one character, but I felt it was too D&D-ish, so I want to try something else.
okay.
Yeah,
Just go out there and into the stars and find your character.
I might just kind of go random and see what happens.
Yeah, that's always a good choice if you don't know.
Loosey goosey.
Yeah.
Just keep it
I think I will.
Keep it to
Keep it
the
light
roll.
and salty.
Tell you what.
Keep it crispy.
Yeah.
What?
It might be fun playing something that I wouldn't even pick. I think it would be a lot of fun actually. So I am going to go random.
Sometimes I look at because you guys are funny. Thanks, Cotton. I'm glad that someone finds me funny. When Kondo says that I'm not funny, it hurts me deeply on the inside in a way that I don't show. All right.
AP, you're funny. You're funny. You're just a different kind of funny.
Yeah, exactly. I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming.
Speaking of funny, aren't you gonna like joke about Connor's something? You said you're gonna joke about something.
No, that was the intro. That was
Oh,
Connor.
got it.
That was us making a anthology of Connor's character being punished by Drow.
That's still happening, right?
Is it? It was a joke,
Hi, Mom.
but I mean, if you guys actually want to do it, we can get Charlie in here.
Don't test the internet and their fan art powers. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'll take a royalty commission off of that for the idea. If you guys want to do all of the work, it's not that hard to be like. And then she puts a leather boot on his chest and says, "I will punish you, but you separate the punish with 3 tilde marks."
Ish.
Just very stereotypical dialogue. 100% shit you've read before.
Oh my god.
Cottontail, she's watching our shows or watching AP's shows? Like all
Cotton's
of his
mom
stuff?
watches the intros for all of my shows, apparently.
Wow.
She
Wow.
only watches the intros because that's the only part she understands.
Fair enough.
Yeah, the first and last 10 minutes. That's her thing, right?
Let me tell you something. In the long past, I had a show called Okeanos. And back before I did Okeanos, my intros were like 5 minutes. They were literally just, "Hey, how's everybody doing?" That's it. Boom. Okeanos, we just started doing this talk show type routine at the beginning. Sometimes we'd go a whole hour or more doing intros. And as soon as the intros ended, our viewership would drop. And it turned out there were people who only showed up to listen to us talk intros and didn't give a shit about D&D. They just wanted to know about the latest Marvel and Disney movie.
Yeah.
We should try that.
We already do that sometimes. I mean, today's intros were like 11 minutes long, but sometimes we have half an hour or more.
All right. Damn, I didn't realize we went that long.
Look, if we want to start talking about some things, we could talk about some things. You know?
Yeah. And then Connor can tell us about how it's right, his way.
I mean, more than likely that'll be the case. Yeah. Look, Robert did nothing wrong.
You're still on this Bobby B. Baratheon shit?
Yeah.
He killed children.
I
But
mean,
only the children that needed killing, plus a few extras.
just about all the leaders killed.
And this is why you'll always be a crab, Mordrick.
Yep.
crab people.
Let's do some outros.
Yeah.
Connor, I heard it's your birthday.
You
It
get to go
may or
first.
may not be, and
Pretty sure it is your birthday.
Sounds like it is.
actually, it's no longer it is because it's now 12.
Still
It's
9 o'clock here. So
You
your
realize
birthday
the
to
next day doesn't start until 12:01, dumbass.
It starts the second after 12 a.m. And
You just
second
played
after-
yourself.
I don't have to wait for the full minute, So, and it's EST because I was born EST. Thank you, Cottontail. But yeah, I'll be streaming in a little bit here on Twitch at twitch.tv/Connor Hughes. You
Go tell him happy birthday.
can join me there if you like. Just on it for a little bit. Yeah, and we'll be on a few more times this week because we got daycare going. So look forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Bearded? What you up to?
I'm still packing up stuff to move and all that goodness, filtering through people that got to come in and put cabinets and stuff. But when I'm not doing that, I'm drawing. Probably a commission of a dwarf getting punished.
Oh,
With fangs and cat ears.
And boots.
Possibly a tail.
But when I'm not doing that, I'm asking Mick what he's doing.
Dwarf.
Oh, and yeah, you guys can find me at Bearded Jalapeno at Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter.
I am wishing my dear friend, my bosom companion, Connor Hughes, a happy birthday.
Bosom buddy.
because it's still an hour where I'm at before his birthday has expired. But I draw the comics on Twitch, and I post the progress on Twitter and Instagram, all at McComicer. And that is really all I do with my life.
Well, we're bidding a long goodbye to you, right, Nick? I mean,
Yeah,
been a
that's
long
true.
time
Like,
since-
I probably won't even be like, I mean, I won't be streaming until there'll be like a 2-week period where she's at Girl Scout camp that I'll be streaming again.
Like every day.
We'll talk about you guesting. We'll talk.
Yeah.
Fred Lowe. Fred Lowe.
Fred.
You're gonna have to send me a clip because I don't know who that is.
Oh God.
Oh, we'll have to send you a clip.
We're just gonna have you just
I'll
have to
just send
watch
you the
the
whole thing.
entirety of Outlaw Star, all 25 episodes,
You have 2 weeks.
Including-
Get on it.
including the Spa episode they didn't air on Toonami. So when I went back and rewatched the show, I was like, I don't remember this shit.
That was the
When did
best
he visit
episode.
the Spa planet?
That was the best episode, though.
I would not say that's the best episode. The Twilight Suzuka episode was the best episode.
Jesus.
I mean, it's
Really,
not
Con-
his birthday,
all right,
so maybe
look.
he gets to be right today.
They're
Look,
way dope.
Everyone who watched Outlaw Star, we will now list our favorite character. Connor will start with Aisha Clan, right?
No, I mean, I'm a main character kind of guy. I like Gene.
Gene Starwin.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
Your favorite female character is Aisha Clan, though, right?
Mine is.
Yeah, I guess.
Look at these sellouts. Look at the Twilight Suzuka. All right, that's all I'm saying. She was a technically proficient fighter.
Who totally lost to Gene in the first episode?
Everybody lost to Gene. He gets lucky. That's his only skill in life.
It's the best.
No, he's just the main
He's a
character.
complete loser who takes on debt constantly and wins through luck.
I mean, is he a loser then?
Martrin?
To me.
I mean, yeah, he
That's-
doesn't sound like a loser to me. It sounds like he's got.
He goes to jail at one point. He goes to jail on the planet where they put people who get out of jails.
Well,
He gets put on a planet that literally is an entire prison complex.
Hilda's the best though,
Hilda's there for like 2 episodes.
and she's the best.
I wouldn't. Hot Ice Hilda is all right.
She dies in a ball of fire.
That doesn't make
That's
her
the
the
way to go.
best. I mean,
I'm
okay.
just saying.
Face.
So to
Fine.
finish my outro,
Yeah.
I guess.
I'm gonna kick it to Shep. What are you doing?
now Lost Star now.
I think I have to watch Outlaw Star. I've never seen
Yeah,
it,
do you
so
even know what Outlaw Star is? Or you
I've heard of it, but I've never seen any episodes.
I think it's on YouTube. You could probably just
Yeah.
type it in.
Only the first 5 episodes or so.
I mean, it'll be on Crunchyroll. You can probably watch it for free there.
Yeah, that too.
I know Evie and I are working through Dark Shadows for the next
know what
couple
that is.
years, so
I don't know what that is.
that's probably all the TV I'm gonna watch.
Babylon 5.
I mean, I guess.
Really? Babylon
You
5 is
already
one of the
found
greatest science fiction series in existence.
This Picard show coming out later this year, that's gonna be amazing.
Let me tell you something.
But we don't know
You
anything
are a
about it.
fan of Lost, are you not, Mick?
I am.
All right, let me tell you something. Every season of Lost was written independently. J.J. Abrams said, what's a cool thing we can work the whole season towards? A question that we don't answer. And then the beginning of the next season is, let's answer that question immediately. What's the new question we're going to answer? All right. Babylon 5 is 5 seasons of television that were written from the very beginning before the show ever started. Every character who needed to be replaced had a secondary character who could come in and replace them just in case the actor had to leave. And in several cases, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Babylon 5, the fucking show Bible for it is an incredibly complex choose your own adventure. And it was all done by one writer.
Yeah, I love that guy, J. Michael Straczynski. He is the best.
Yeah. Fucking, yeah. Babylon 5 is amazing.
I've
I'll be
seen
honest,
the
I've never
first
seen it.
season.
The first season is the worst season.
Of
It's
course.
literally the actual worst.
I love it whenever we talk about this stuff because you're the worst is Mick's always the favorite, and vice versa.
So the first season is very slow and sets up the whole universe, and everything from that point, like the main actor gets replaced with another guy, and then everything picks up from there. It becomes an action series rather than a slow political drama.
All right, well, I guess I'll
So
have to
you're
watch
saying the Box Lightner years are the best? That was the second guy. The actor's name is Box Lightner.
Was that his name?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just the guy ends up becoming president.
Bruce Boxlight.
Yeah, the guy who ends up becoming president.
Yeah.
Captain.
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep. Okay.
I mean, the first guy that they had being the commander was like released because he was paranoid delusional and was having trouble being on the show without like stabbing people.
Oh, shit.
They addressed it publicly a couple years ago.
Damn.
Wow.
Anyway,
I'm gonna go back and watch it now. Now it's much more interesting. All right, so I'm Rob Shepard. So for those who don't know me, I draw on Twitch. It's always D&D based characters and creatures and monsters, and I can do commissions of your characters if you choose to have me do that. And on all social media, it's the same, Rob Shepard. So I hope to see you guys come visit me, and I'll be streaming again later tonight as well.
all right, look, I have one suggestion for you, all right? You ready for this?
Yeah.
I want you in Stars Without Numbers to play yourself as captain of a starship. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
All right. You will have the military rank of commander. And that way you can go around saying, I'm Commander Shepard. I can't even finish it. I fucking got bearded immediately. I'm Commander Shepard. And this is my favorite shop on the Citadel.
You have to do it.
God damn it.
Favorite what? Shop on the what?
It's my favorite shop on the Citadel.
Sorry, it's a
Oh,
Mass
that's it.
Effect
It's a
reference.
Mass Effect game.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm Commander Shepard. And this is my favorite shop on the Citadel.
Got it.
But then you go to every shop and say that just to collect all the extra money.
That's
Royalties.
hilarious.
Do we have anybody else's outro to do before I
No.
kept interrupting?
I think we
constantly?
just have a happy
No.
birthday wish to Connor is all.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. There you
Happy
go.
birthday to you. You have to say it
Happy
backwards.
birthday, dear Connor.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Many
We're
more.
coming- We are dangerously close to my dream of one day having a barbershop quartet on stream.
Here we go. On 3. 1,
No.
2, 3.
No.
Go.
No.
Not
Let me tell
today.
you something. I thought I was a good singer. I used that Twitch Sings program and listened to a recording of me singing. No.
Yeah.
Nope, not
No. Just no. No one is as good at singing as they think they are unless their name is Taylor Swift.
Yeah. I only sing in the car. I never sing in public.
Yeah, I know how you feel. That's it. That's it for this episode. That's it for Mick. He'll be back in a while. Now, let me tell you, people on YouTube, how this is going to go. I'm not making another playlist. It's all just going to be one on the tabletop playlist. So if you're looking to skip into the future, probably we aren't there yet. But if we are there, the episode title will read D&D instead of Stars Without Numbers. So just keep scrolling down on the playlist until you get there. That's assuming you don't want to watch us playing Stars Without Numbers for some reason. Maybe you don't. Not like I care, idiot. Just in case you're wondering, Mick.
Oh my gosh. I
that's
saw a whole bunch of Sundere t-shirts at Fanime and I thought of you guys and I really wanted to get one.
Huh. It's not like I would think of you in that way. That's it. Have a good night, y'all. Oh yeah, I should probably do the end card thing. No, the stream is ending.
See you.
Good night. Good night.
Bye, everyone.
We're out.
Hell yeah.
Oops. Let me go. Damn, did I just hit the wrong one? Stop stream.